It started, man.
That's the joke. Oh God, fuck's sake! Wish that not. That's the joke, Beth. Oh my days! I wish. Why do I bother
Take
at
this
times?
serious.
I mean, I'll be in trouble for it now. I will.
Got me in
Floyd
trouble now.
smoking dope.
Fuck's sake, Smithy.
Whoa! Beth, you're so aggro. You need to smoke a bit.
We'll put it in cake.
Run up and ask Floyd, he's got some.
Well, Cher, would you know if you put it in cakes, it's quite nice. Unless it's a cheesecake, you won't fucking eat it.
Every time you do that, Smithy,
Boy.
I just want to kick you. It's just
Let me see. Let me see.
every time you do
Is
it,
that
I
the
just
only
want to
cake? Well, is that the only cake you eat, by the way? Cheesecake.
No!
Oh, all right.
He eats your mum's cream pie.
I'm not offended because I'm psych, so you know.
Where the fuck is everyone? Right, ball bags. I'm going into another pie. Yeah, bye. You need to join the session. Oh yeah? I'm going for a quick wee a minute, Dad. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Is that all we have? This is just ridiculous.
Is that all we have? Well, it's looking like it. Were you away from your mic then?
Oh, fuck off. What?
Yeah. You're away from your mic.
I was.
Right.
You can do the fancy facts of Nürburgring.
Oh, can I?
I'm pretty sure you got a handful.
Yeah.
Get my blanket, get all cozy and weird, have a little cry just before the start of the stream. I know Matt's listening to this, so he probably finds it hilarious.
Would you like Daddy to come and, I don't know, tuck you in?
Yes, please.
Well, I'm busy.
Doing what?
Um,
Too busy for your own son?
reading Wikipedia.
You could read Wikipedia too.
What?
You could read Wikipedia to me like a bedtime story. Yeah.
Nuremberg is a 150,000 person capacity motorsport complex. Yes, please. And it was in a little town called Nuremberg, just in Germany. It features a Grand Prix track built in 1984.
Where Matthew
How's that
Duffin
sound?
lost his title. I mean, fucking hell, he's just got to score more than 5 points over N and he wins. That's basically all he has to do. How fucking boring, isn't it?
Sorry, did you say something? I nodded off there for a minute.
Sorry, I've given N extra double points so he can beat him.
Yeah.
Is this literally it? I'm literally going to start at 8. Fuck him. I'm not going to wait around.
Well, we've got no DJ Phil, have we? That's for sure.
No.
Where's Stealth?
Don't
Yeah, he
care.
knows. Oh, God, you've got it terrible today, haven't you?
Yeah. Set clock. Let's go.
Good point.
And 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, I don't want that. That's my stream. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport. My name's Dan Davis, and we are here for the penultimate round of Simplay Motorsport's GT3 Pro-Am Championship. Joining me in the commentary box once again every Wednesday night for the Season 4 has been Kelly. And Kelly, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm good, mate. Yourself? Actually, I know you're not. You're not feeling very well tonight, are you?
Not feeling 100% if I'm honest. I feel like I've got the vid coming to attack me, but nonetheless,
Oh, dear.
well, I'm just going to have to soldier on. But we are live
Certainly
here
are.
We are live here at the Nürburgring for the penultimate round of the season. And Kelly, 2 rounds left, and the championship can be done this evening by one man, one challenger of Emplava, but looks like Matimovic looks like he's on his way to possibly winning the Pro-Am Championship.
Yeah, as you say, penultimate round, but we've got 4 races in total, so things can happen. But I mean, the form that Matt's been on this season, I doubt that he will have any bad rounds. But Emplava's given him a good run all this season. We've had as close racing as a Red Bull and a Ferrari here right the way through the season.
Yeah, definitely so, and this has been between Matt and Emplava. An earlier challenger of Ben Parkey, but due to work commitments he was unable to finish the season. So it's just been down to these two, and both of them currently in the pits at this minute. But we are at the Nürburgring, a very famous German circuit here, Kelly, and a night race as well. Another challenge for these guys to handle. Just as we start getting into the warmer conditions, we do a night race and it cools back down. It's going to be a big challenge for them tonight.
Absolutely, you're quite right, Dan, and I don't think we'll be worrying too much about going on hard tyres. I think it's going to be soft tyres for tonight and tomorrow night with the pro lads. But as you say, just as we start getting the warmer conditions, we end up here in Germany at night. Yeah, I think soft tyres all the way tonight, don't you?
Yeah, definitely so. If I was there, I would be running the softs, but nonetheless, it looks like it's going to be a close fight between the top two. Let's see what the rest of the guys can do. The BMWs could be possibly quick here, but also the Lamborghini of Welshi and Stealth Sloth. This could suit the Lamborghini quite well, this circuit, but you just never know. We should have 9 drivers this evening. Still waiting on Smoky Devil, but we've slowly been thinning out here in Pro-Am, but hopefully next season we'll have a full grid.
Yes, let's hope so. It's a shame to see the grid not fill up. Yeah, we're getting towards the sharp end, and yeah, it's a shame. Hopefully we can keep the drivers in next season.
Hopefully so. As a couple other championship fights that is going on this evening is between the 2 MC Motorsport Lamborghinis and the 2 BMWs of Not Fast Just Furious boys of Dean Wasocki and Bryn. Both of these guys are fighting it out for that second place position that Emplava has still holding on. The constructors, Audi Sport, are still holding on to that second place, but how much longer can he hang in there? That is the question. Also, there is a fight between the final position for promotion between Smoky Devil, Ukbar, Welshi and Dean. All these guys are still up for being promoted up into pro. At the minute, it is Smoky Devil who leads the way. But the Drives Championship looks like this. Matimovic leads the way with 51 points ahead of his rival Emplava. 5 points he scores tonight, more than Emplava, and he wins the title. Third place is Ben Parkey at this stage, but Smoky Devil and Ukbar and Welshi, all 4th, 5th and 6th, are hunting him down slowly. In 7th place is Dean Wasocki, not too far off of those guys as well. Smithy with a decent season in 8th place. And 9th place is Laney, slowly dropping down the order, with 10th place is Stealth Sloth. 11th is Bryn. 12th is DJ Bill, but sadly DJ Phil will not be with us for the next 2 weeks as he is on holiday enjoying the sun. And 13th is Nicky, and bringing up the rear is Leon Fernie. And the team's titles has been wrapped up. Sweet and Sour Motorsport are your Constructors Champions with Smithy and Matimovic. In 2nd place at the minute is Audi Sport, but he is under pressure from MC Motorsport in 3rd place with Not Fast Just Furious in P4, also and a chance of beating Audi Sport. Smoky Racing currently in 5th place with Rainbow Prolapse in 6th, 7th is Team Prolapse, 8th is Metal and Racing, and bringing up the rear is Powerline Racing. And Kelly, we're to the penultimate round of the season. We're back here at the Nürburgring. We haven't been here since season 2, and the last 2 rounds are definitely going to challenge these guys with being 2 iconic circuits.
Yeah, but probably circuits that everyone knows really well, Dan, and that's the beauty of this, that, you know, these 2 circuits, as you said, are iconic, and I think the guys will know them really well. I mean, you and me have had some practice around here, as we did the 24-hour round this and the Nordschleife, the North Loop, at the beginning of the year. No, it was a year ago, nearly a year ago now, isn't it? And yep. We did that for cancer research in memory of Sabine Schmidt. So you and me have done some laps around this around this part of the circuit. I think most people have. This and next week for Spa, well-known circuits. I think these guys should be okay, Dan, as we see. Stealth Sloth obviously doesn't know his way around.
Yeah, it's definitely a circuit that most of the drivers here would have known. And the other thing, obviously, we're focusing on the championship fight between Emplava and Matt, but there's that really close fight between Ukbar, Smoky Devil, and also Welshie, including Dean in that as well. All these guys are batting it out for that final promotion spot. And I know a few drivers would love to go up into Pro and really battle it out with the top guys here at Simply Motorsport.
Yes, indeed. It's an accolade, indeed, to make that promotion and get up into Pro.
Actually, let's ask your opinion on this, Kelly. Obviously, you've been a man who's been into the Pro-Ams. You've been at the top of your game. You've lost the title twice, but very, very close each time. Not trying to remind you, but you have been at the top level of this discipline. What's it been like being in Pro for this season and the comparison in Pro-Am?
It's a different ball game, if I'm quite honest, Dan, and I'd like to think that I'm beginning to get a bit of a handle on it now, but it's taken me all season to get there. It's a different ball game. The pro drivers, I mean, respect all these Pro-Am guys, really, really respect. And there's a lot of guys here that I love racing against, and we'll look forward to racing against again in the future. And as we're beginning to get a couple of people disconnect, which is a little bit of a worry. But
that wasn't a disconnect, that was a leave. So you would normally tell if someone's left the session, it would have said left, but if they've actually disconnected, it will come up popping saying disconnection. So she's just popped out for a second.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, he's back in. There we go. Yes, it's the Pro, Dan, is these guys are so much faster, and the mistakes are less. You have to be on your game every single lap to make progress. I found it particularly difficult at the beginning, and I've made I haven't hidden that in any way, shape or form. As I said, I feel like I'm beginning to get the edge on top of it a bit now, but it's very difficult, and I believe that next season, with the likes of Matt and Emplava in the mix in the Pro, it's going to be even tougher. It really is.
Yeah, it will, definitely is. Currently 8 people for the session. Welshie just trying to get himself back into this session. We're still missing the Smoky Devil. He needs to get in as soon as possible. He has until the very last minute of qualifying, so obviously we're waiting on him. But also, this season has been a bit a dramatic season regarding double points and drop score. A few of the drivers not been happy with with some of the situations they put in, i.e. one of them myself. But it really throws out there. It can really help you or hinder you, this whole double points and drop score. And I think this season we've seen it affect a lot more to other drivers this season.
Yes, it certainly has. And sometimes the whole drop scoring thing, or certainly the double points, can be in the lap of the gods, really. And it can go very much in your favour, or be a complete disaster. And if your rival gets has a better round with the double points, it really does put you on the back foot, as you've been experiencing this season, Dan.
I have done this season, and obviously a circuit I'll know really well. Bruno, I lost my double points there, and it was my drop score. So it can save you, it can hinder you. It really depends on how you look at it. But right now, the guys are currently out on track, trying to get their final tweaks on the circuit. And Kelly, I believe you're about to do a lap with us here at the Nürburgring.
I was just about to say that, Dan. How well you know me. Honestly, it's like we're related. Anyway, here we go. Nürburgring. This is the GP circuit, the current GP circuit as well. So we come round the last corner, and we're down the start-finish straight. Long run down into turn 1. It's night, it's a bit chillier here in Germany, and as we come down, the track drops away quite harshly. You hit the brakes at the 100-metre boards, down all the gears, right down. Try and pick up the apex. It drops away from you as Emplava has a bit of a moment there, quite rare. Into the Mickey Mouse section, as the Formula 1 drivers call it, left quite slow. This one is bizarre. Now, you need to kind of set this one up for the right-hander that's coming up. You need to pull it in, that's it. Emplava's pulled it right into the late apex. Let the car then drift over and pick up the right-hander. And acceleration zone here now, downhill. This is a corner where you can brake a little bit later than you think you can. You drop downhill. We're right up behind Dean now. We come into the right-hander. Down a couple of gears. This one's a bit tighter than you think it is. As we accelerate downhill again, still going down towards the bottom where the hairpin is, right at the bottom. A late braking zone again, but you need to pick up that apex, get it tucked right in, as Implava doesn't bother the apex at all. Going to pick it up late, and uphill now. Start rosing back up. This is a fast chicane. This is doable flat through here. Lewis Hamilton had his first ever F1 accident just about there on the right-hand side. As we raise up to the top of the hill, another left-right coming. You come right over, hit the brakes just before the 50-metre board. Down a couple of gears, let the car drift out to the right. Pull it back over to the left, tuck into the apex. Hug that apex. There's gravel on the outside. It's no good to you if you're on that gravel. This is an acceleration zone. You need all the power out that right-hander. Flat through here. Stay off the curb. You're coming up to the slow chicane. Pick your braking point. If you're lucky, 100 metres down all the gears. Pick up the left-hand curb. No, we won't. We missed that one completely. And picked up the right-hand curb. We come into the last corner. Another one of those hurry up and wait corners. You get to the apex. Wait for the car. Wait for the car. You get the grip. Accelerate hard. Don't let the back end step out. And then hard acceleration all the way to the start-finish line and start another lap.
And that is a lap of Nürburgring. Well done there to Kelly for bringing us a beautiful lap of the Nürburgring. Smokey Devil says that he is updating his PS4 and he should be on very soon. So you've got about 17 minutes, Smokey, so you should have enough time. But yeah. Nürburgring, Kelly, is love it or hate it, your opinion?
I don't mind it, Dan, actually. I don't think it's overly exciting, but I kind of get into a groove of it. It's okay. The fast chicane, the one I was saying about after the hairpin where Lewis Hamilton had his accident, that's quite rewarding, as is the fast chicane. If you get that fast chicane right, that's the slow chicane at the end of the lap, that's quite rewarding as well. So it has its moments. There's worse tracks. Yourself, what are your opinions on it?
I don't really know. Every time I seem to come here at the Nürburgring, it always seems to be a love-hate relationship. One time it'd be lovely round for me, and the other times it'd be completely dreadful. Remember in season 2, the pros had the snow weather. This is the first round that we actually involved the weather radar, and it was snowing in the Nürburgring. So we actually had snow here, and my mechanics wouldn't change tyres. So that was a horrific round.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those circuits that, you know, love and hate. But for me, the McLaren is feeling well hooked up here, and by the looks of things, the Audi looks like the strongest car here this evening, as Imprava still with a 1.6 second gap over Dean Wasocki, and I know for a fact that Imprava is probably doing that with race pace as well.
Yes, I was in a practice session with him just before we come on air, and that's where he is with fuel, I believe. Matt choosing not to go out, either saving his back or
he has just gone out now.
He has gone out now, is he? Right, okay.
He is out on track.
Out on track now, so a late appearance from Matt. And just quickly, Dan, shall I give you the lap record?
Yep.
The lap record was actually from 2020, and it's a little-known guy from the Netherlands called Max Verstappen in a Red Bull, the RB16.
Isn't that Matthew Duffin's favourite driver?
I believe it is. Yeah, I think he's got a picture of him hung above his wall, like, you know. And
yeah,
I think he's going to change his. I think he's going to change his game.
That's why he picked the Acura. When he found out that Max Verstappen was running the Acura, he was like, "I'm going to have to drive this car now." Well,
I believe he's going to change his gamer tag next year to Maxahimovic. So so I believe. Anyway, he's the guy who owns the lap record with a 1:28.1. Would you believe? That's nearly half a minute faster than these guys.
I just want to say good evening to everybody in the chat as well. Sati Apex, Fury's mum, Fury's granddad, Smithy as well in the chat, Disco, PN Motorsport, who else we got in here? Most of you guys, and Welshie, and obviously Matt himself in the chat. So good evening everybody, welcome here to the penultimate round of the championship. Spread the stream around, let's get as many people in here as we possibly can. Matt already within half a second of Imprava on his first attempt out there, and do you want to know the lap records by our own drivers?
Yes, I was just going to say good evening to everyone in the chat and a lot of the usual suspects. And thank you for joining us. And yes, please, Dan, tell us the Simplay records.
Well, for qualifying in the Pro-Am, it is a 1:57.6, and that was held by Jamie Brazy in the Lamborghini. I have a feeling like that might get broken this evening. And also, the race record in McLaren was done by Mazda, and he was also running with a restrictor as well, so he was actually slower than the McLaren could actually go. He did a 1:58.9 in the race. That was Season 2, Round 2, and in the Pro, it is... I've now lost it. The qualifying pole position went to Andy with a 1:55.6 in the Lamborghini. Typical Andy with this super fast qualifying, and he also holds the track record as well, 1:57.4, and that was also in the Lamborghini. So Lamborghini here has very strong heritage here, and so far, as we see, well, she just missed Bren.
Yeah, that was well avoided there, Welshie. Nicely done.
As the Lamborghini, Welshie just avoids him. And your current order at the minute is Emprava leading the way with Matt in second, Dean in third, Welshie in fourth, Ukbar in fifth, sixth is Bryn, seventh is Smithy, and eighth is Stelislav. Smokey on his way very shortly. But while we got an opportunity to talk about it, Kelly, we're coming to the end of the season. I feel like we're not going to get it in Spa because we've probably got an exciting round at Spa. I just want to roughly try and think back. What was your moment of the season?
Moment of the season, you kind of sprung that one on me a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah. Or maybe I could give you a week and you can have a think about it.
Yeah. Well, have you got anything in mind? Because you just kind of sprung that one on me. Pro-Am.
I'm thinking Pro-Am. Obviously, we commentate on the Pro-Am.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna have to have a think about that one. To be fair, my moment of the season. I mean, we've had some cracking racing, especially between Matt and Emplava. Some real wheel-to-wheel stuff. Do you know what I mean? And,
yeah, definitely. So.
I mean, Emplava has certainly been the shock of this season. We had no real knowledge of him before he joined us here at Simplay for this season. So he was a surprise package for sure. But I mean, the racing between those two has been exceptional and hugely exciting. So
it's been. Other than the points gap, and I think if Emplava had a little bit more under his belt, it could have been a Max Verstappen kind of Hamilton kind of season. These two really trading blows each round, and one seems stronger than the other at others. But there is a couple that stick to my mind. This man here taking a couple of podiums this season. It was nice to see Ukbar back on the podium. Also, Emplava taking his first win at Long Beach was another a good one to note. But a few others as well. Matt completely annihilating the pack at Texas Road when that was not suited for the Acura. He really drove that car exceedingly well there. There's been many moments this season, and also some down moments as well that some would like to forget. But nonetheless, it's been a great season, and I'm so looking forward to Season 6 when we get underway again.
Yes, indeed, and it won't be long, and that'll be some new drivers, some old drivers in the Pro-Am as we get relegated. The relegation comes down from Pro, and some new ones joining us. And as I said, I think Pro itself is going to be rock hard next season, absolutely rock hard. The other thing we haven't added a conclusion to, Dan, and the season's getting late now, and the sun's starting to go down on this season.
Literally.
But I still haven't picked a prize. Or Audiosport, our lovely sponsors, who you can check out at www.audiosport.co.uk or follow them on Facebook or on Instagram, have not chosen a prize for the winners. And last season gave out prizes to the top three of both Pro and Pro-Am, and to both of the constructors' drivers as well, which we had some lovely canvases made up with the drivers on them and their positions and all the relevant details, and gave them out. But as yet, no decision has been made for a prize for this year. So I open it up to the chat. I did the other week, and again, unlike Matt, who thought he was really clever, we don't need a yacht. Okay, Audiosport aren't giving out yachts to everybody, right? They're not giving out Ginster's pasties because they wouldn't travel well. Yeah, and even if they did, they'd probably be mouldy, which would probably make them taste better. But something sensible, trophy, canvas, certificate, I don't know, rosette, something. What are your thoughts, Dan? Any ideas?
I'd like a trophy personally. I've always
What,
I've
a
always-
traditional trophy?
a little small trophy would be nice. Nothing hectic, nothing crazy. As we finish the practice session, it is M Plava who sets the pace at 56.8. Good start already for
great.
him.
Yeah,
As we go
great.
into qualifying, hopefully Smoky Devil has got his session updated, and hopefully he can get on. Sutty and Matt both say canvases, but canvas a Plato on the Pro-Am Constructors, please. I'd like a nice little trophy, to be fair. Obviously, Dad, you knew me growing up playing, doing BMX racing, and I always found the urge to have a trophy was definitely the thing that I wanted.
I thought about maybe like a little glass trophy, like a glass plaque on a base, you know, something like that. Maybe, you know, like I don't know. Imagine like a 4-inch or 5-inch glass circular kind of jobby with some engraving on it.
You're talking if Fury makes it into the podium, you know, you got to give it to this little kid who's got to look after a little.
That's
like,
true.
glass,
Yeah,
like,
I
trophy,
mean, he shouldn't be given. He shouldn't be given glass, should he? I mean, that's why that's why he's still drinking fruit shoots, isn't it? So they come in a plastic bottle, you know, so he don't hurt himself. Bless him. He's joining us for Donington Park in a few weeks' time. If we're all going to Donny Park for the first round of the season, it's first round, isn't it?
It is the first round of the season, yes.
Yeah, first round of the touring cars. We're all going to Donny Park. So if you want to join us, come find us. We'll be there, trackside, all load of us. As I said, Fury will be there. Fury Smart, me, Dan, Haley, Matt, Beth, Matt's 2, Floyd, and James.
Sutty Apex.
Sutty Apex, Gary and Craig, Leach brothers, I believe. Welshie talking about it?
I believe
came
so,
last
yes.
time.
There's
Yeah,
a few,
load of people.
There's a
Who's
whole
coming?
bunch of the guys that Simplay Motorsport. So make sure you join in and come and say hello.
Yep.
As Kelly's got a free bar up as well. So make sure you come over and see him as well. But
Unfortunately, there's no alcohol. It's just the bar. The bar's free. No alcohol on it.
yeah, so free to a good
We're
home.
gonna have a word, you and me. We're gonna have a word off air about these things.
As Sutty says, a plastic one for Fury, no sharp edges. And
No.
as
We're
we
going to get him some wine gums for Donny, so he doesn't, so he doesn't get carried away. You know, give him some wine gums. He'll be all right.
So Kelly, we are underway here for qualifying and prediction for pole position.
Matt,
I'm going to go. I'm going to go
Go on.
Emplava for pole position.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that's a fair shout, and I thought you might go opposite to what I go. So yeah, I'll fight Matt's corner. You fight Emplava's.
Yeah.
And let's see who. It's one of those two, I reckon.
Yeah, guys, get your votes in on the chat on who you think is going to take pole position here tonight for the first race at the Nürburgring. And while I'm also discussing about the chat, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and hit that bell to be notified to make sure you don't miss a single race here at Simplay Motorsport. Next on tomorrow night will be the pros. They will be hitting the track, and can me and Andy take it to the final round at Spa? It looks like it's going to go to the end of the season, but who knows? Can Slingshot Motorsport finally stop Shake and Bake Motorsport winning a Constructors' Championship? Can they get that done? Also, can Fury gets himself into this fight for third place, or even battle it out for the top 2? Who knows? Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. And also, the F1's return on Sunday night. Sorry, Kelly, carry on.
I know, I was just going to say, can the Leach brothers make sure they've got all the nappies changed before they come on track? And can City Apex actually make a decision on tyres?
All that ready for you tomorrow night in the Pro. And also make sure you tune in on Sunday night as the F1s do return back to Simplay Motorsport. And we are off to the Hungaroring for the... I think it's the 13th round of the season. I don't actually know.
I have no idea.
But can Matt extend his championship lead over Green Pies? Or can Green Pies finally get some points under him? I think he's actually away for Hungaroring, but he should be back for Spa. But as the cars come round the final corner, Kelly, is Emplava and Matt on track together. Who's going to set the benchmark here? Looks like Emplava crosses the line, and he does a 56.3. Oh, Matt 2/10 off.
Wow, Matt with a 56.6. This is definite right in the pro pace, isn't it? Right in the sharp end of pro paces. So
definitely
yeah,
so. As
flying.
Disco asks, can he has a big shiny medal, please?
Yeah, you're going to have to do a little bit better than where you are at the moment. But yeah, I was going to get him a big silver ball with like a mirror ball.
If he wins the constructors, he gets a medal, doesn't he? So
he does. You're absolutely right. Yeah, no, I'm going to get him a mirror ball, little mirror ball, so he can dance along to Earth, Wind and Fire.
I'm going to give him my McLaren because I don't want it for next season.
Yeah, I'll give you. You can have mine as well, actually.
But Emperava sets the pace, and both these guys 2.3 seconds ahead of the next car, which is Dean. So these guys are on another level. Matt returning back to the pits, and it's quite a long lap here. 1 minute 56, nearly the same length as Spa. So you really got to be on it here. You've got to get in the pits, and if you are in the pits, fuel up and go because you're going to run out of time.
There's going to be handbags here. I told you there was. Told you there would be handbags. Yeah.
Dean's carrying a lot of fuel for quali wine. 24 litres.
Yeah. Some people do, don't they? Some people don't bother with the low fuel. I don't know how the BM performs, to be fair, Dan. I don't know if it's a bit sketchy sketchy. I've just made that word up.
He might want to take a note out of Andy's book, because we know for a fact that Andy runs at least 7 litres in the car, and he still manages to put it on pole.
He runs it dry in a martini. So close, and he stops after the line and returns to the pits. That's how little fuel he puts in that BMW. But I don't know. Maybe it's different for Dean. Certainly different. You and me run the same car, but we certainly have very different setups. To deal with. That's probably why I can't catch you. But we have very different setups to go with our driving style. Maybe Dean likes the fuel in the car. Maybe it gives it stability. Who knows? Or maybe he just hasn't thought about taking fuel out. I don't know.
Who knows? But nonetheless, Dean is trying to bring that gap down to the leaders. Obviously, poor lap he had a second ago by going off track. So hopefully he can get it together. I'm actually just trying to find pole positions. There we go. That's what I'm after. Season 5. Who's got the most pole positions at this stage? Andy by a mile. How many pole positions do you think Andy has to his name, Kelly? Just this season alone.
This season alone? What round are we on now? How many races we had?
We are at round 21 and 22.
21, 22. I bet he's had over half. I'm going to say 12.
He's had 10 pole positions this season.
Wow.
10.
He is some boy on the pole, isn't he?
The next closest...
That sounded terrible. He's some boy on the pole. On the pole positions. Sorry. Innuendo bingo. Here we go.
The next closest man with the most pole positions in season 5 is actually Emperava.
With how many, Dan?
5.
That's impressive as well. Oh dear. There's a pole joke there as well somewhere, but he's actually from Latvia. dear oh dear. It's getting to that end of the season, isn't it?
It's bad enough I'm feeling unwell anyway, but they bring that. I don't ever want to see Andy on a pole now. I've just got this visual image.
He's a great pole dancer. He's Andy. He can do the bit where you twist out through the middle and everything. This game provided the music as well. Oh my god! Oh god! But I hope he's not coming to Donny. Sorry. Right, get yourself together, Dad. Be a professional.
As well, he crosses the line and doesn't improve. Oh my god!
Oh god, dear. So it's still Emperava, who's top of the list. Matt in second, only at 2/10 away on his. Is he having another go? I think he is. Dean, although we were saying about Dean running a lot of fuel, he's still strongly in third place with quite a gap over Welshie. Let's watch someone else.
Oh my god!
Oh dear, oh dear.
We don't want to cause the Welshie windmill right now, do we?
We don't, or Wasaki whale tag or some wagtail or something, I don't know, something that they came up with, all these silly names that keep popping up.
I love the fact that Welshie started it as the Wasaki windmill and it turned out to be the Welshie windmill.
Yeah, it certainly was. For I was quite happy to see the Welshie windmill last Saturday in the endurance race, because he pulled off one of those windmills and gave me third place, so
oh my
bless
god.
him.
Yeah, and if you guys did miss that, head over and have a look at the 6-hour Fuji that happened on Saturday. Limited numbers. I decided to get out of the LMP2 and run the GTE while Kelly was driving my LMP2 for the race and got himself a podium. So good on him. Mazda taking a win in the GTEs, and I believe Xmart took the win in the LMP2s, which now makes him level on points with me in the championship. And right, coming down to the serious end, Smokey Devil with no practice, and he goes and puts himself in 6th place position. Can he improve on 6th place? That is the question. Guys, get your predictions in on who you think is going to take the win here, and also predictions on who you think is going to take the title as Smokey goes up.
Who's next? Who's next coming across the line? I can't tell. It's
Emplava.
It goes quicker.
I don't think he did. I think he stayed where he was. I think it was just...
sorry, his delta was quicker. I beg your pardon. Matt's still somewhere else.
He's in the final sector. Welshie is coming through the final few sectors, I believe.
No,
but he's in the pits. So it must be Dean. There's Dean. There's Dean. He's coming up to the chicane. Currently 3rd place on the grid, and we know the BMW has a very good start. Can he get ahead of Matt right now? Remember, guys. Remember, guys, there is a pole position available for these guys. An extra point for them. So if Emplava does take pole position, it will be 6 points that Matt needs to outscore him by to win the title. Dean Wasaki at final corner. Is he going to improve? No, he stays in 3rd place position. Matt is on track. Also is Smithy. Where is Smithy on track? Oh no, sorry, not Smithy. Ugbar. Is he in the final sector? He is in the final sector. In the genetic, he runs wide.
Hit the wall, hit the barrier on the inside on that corner. Quite easy to do that, actually. You can tuck it into the apex and then kind of like overdo it.
Where is Matt? He's in the final corner. Has he improved? He has stayed out, so hopefully he's up on his delta. He exits the final corner. Matimovic, can he steal the pole away from Emplava? He crosses the line. We'll wait momentarily. And Matt does!
You can. There you go, look, eh? Commentator's curse isn't real.
Matimovic takes the pole position here. That's an extra point for him. Emplava has it all to do. 4 points now. Matt needs to outscore Emplava. 2nd is Emplava. 3rd is Dean Wasaki. 4th is Welshie. 5th is Smokey Devil. 6th is Ugbar. 7th is Smithy. 8th is Stelsloff. And 9th is Bryn. Lap 4 is the pit window for the guys here. We are at round 21 here at the Nürburgring. Kelly, prediction on the win?
I'm going to stick with Matt.
You're going to go with Matt. I think Matt for the win as well here. As
I thought you were going to go in Emplava.
Well, I'm also going to say that Matt is going to be the champion after this round tonight. I would love to see Emplava take it along to Spa, but I just think it's too much of a climb for him. Can Dean Wasaki outscore Welshie, Smokey and Ugbar to get him closer to that promotion stage? Can Smithy help out Matt in any way to take this title? Bryn, can he finish the season on a high in the BMW? And Stelsloff, can he help his teammate MC Motorsport take the 3rd place championship away from Audi Sport Emplava? So many questions in these last few rounds here at Nürburgring and Spa.
I tell you what, Dan, Emplava needs to get his elbows out, doesn't he? He needs to get his elbows out on this one. He needs to dig deep. If he's going to take this to Spa, he needs to be a bit more pushy on this one, I feel. This is another one of those nights where the camera angle's not that great for the start. This is probably about the best angle I can do for the cameras. Unfortunately, I'd rather have one from a distance like we normally get, but unfortunately this is about as good as it's going to get, I'm afraid.
So guys, get your votes in on who you think is going to take the first win tonight. Kelly and myself are going for Matt. No one's going for Emplava, who is going to take the win here. We could have a shock of either Dean, Welshie or Smokey Devil taking the win here as we are coming to the final stages of this season. Who is going to be champion? Is it going to be Matimovic or is it going to be the Latvian of Emplava? Wales versus Latvia. Who is going to come out on top? And we are about to get underway here. Flash of lights from Dean Wasaki. Pit window is lap 4. Lights come on. The res rise. Round 21 here at Nürburgring. And we're underway here, and Dean with a decent start, but Welshie with a flyer in a Lamborghini, but Matt is slow. 4 cars going down into turn 1. Bryn not getting away very well in the background, but it's 4 wide going down to turn 1. Welshie backs out of it, but Emplava down the inside, Dean around the outside. He comes across, and he's going to get squeezed. Oh, how they managed to get through turn 1, I don't know, but it's Dean who leads into turn 2. Dean takes the lead up the race here, as Matt and Emplava have to find a way around. There's the contact in behind. Who's that? Smithy and Stealth Sloth by the sound of things coming together, but it is Dean Wysocki who leads into turn 1. Sorry, lap 1.
Yes, absolutely. Dean had an absolute flyer off the line, went right round the outside. He squeezed Matt in between himself and Emplava, and luckily Matt
she's dropped it.
Oh, Welshie's round in the background. He's on the grass. Not the best place to be, that's for sure. And Dean's still leading this race. Matt's got a mirror full of Emplava. But Dean, as I said, absolute flyer. Squeezed into
Emplava sends it. Emplava sends it down into the hairpin. Dean has a wiggle.
Dropped it.
Dean does have a wiggle.
Pressure. But
Dean,
yes,
Dean needs this win. He needs it so he could be in the promotion stage. But he's got the 2 championship rivals breathing down his neck, fighting it out for second. Smokey not too far behind as well. A couple of the guys, I think someone's retired. I think that's Ugbar has retired from this race. So I'm not sure what's happened to Ugbar.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what's happened to Ugbar, but Dean needs to get his head down while these two are scrapping. Matt's now got his eyes firmly set on overtaking Emplava. Dean needs to get his head down and get away from these two, but they're catching him at a rate of knots. Looking at Emplava having a look down the inside into the slow chicane. He isn't going to get it done there, not this time round. It is an overtaking opportunity there. Matt's got a run down the inside. Danny's going to be on the inside for the final corner. Emplava's going to have to hang it out all the way around. No, he's going to have to tuck in behind and then get into the slip. Try and catch Matt down to the first corner. It's one of the best braking zones and overtaking opportunities is into turn 1 as we hit the brakes now, down all the gears, and Matt's got it covered off.
If Emplava can keep... Oh, Dean's dropped it!
Dean's round, he's dropped it.
Dean was in such a good position there. He was in a fantastic position. He had the lead of the race. He just needed to keep it under control. That's given Smokey an opportunity to outscore him on points. Ugbar out of this race, and Welshie all the way down in 7. So it's looking good for Smokey right now as Stealth Sloth is trying to hold back Smithy and Welshie, his teammate, as well. But all change in the order as Dean's trying to recover. A car just in the background, I think it was spinning. No, Welshie trying to recover, but Dean currently back in 4th place. Can he hunt down and catch Smokey? That is the question. But look at these two still battling it out.
Oh, look, Emplava on the grass, look, trying to find a way through. I said he needed to get his elbows out, and he has a little tap as he goes to the hairpin. He can recover that. I was hoping he could recover that by tucking it back into the apex. As they come through the fast chicane, flat scat through here as they ride the curb on the exit, and up to the top of the hill. Emplava is still there or thereabouts behind Matt within half a second. Smokey just having a watch him breathe in 3rd place, exactly what Smokey needs. He's trying to get out of this Pro-Am. He's trying to get himself promoted into Pro, and doing a solid job in 3rd place at the moment. Got a handful of seconds over Dean in 3rd. There's a lot of field spread as we're known only at the end of lap 2.
As we are at the end of lap 2, Emplava still can just see his championship slipping away right now. Matt in front of him, the widest Acura you have ever seen. Ugbar says in the comments, lucky, you're so lucky I forgot started recording. So whatever's happened there with Ugbar, he's not happy with something. I have questioned it, so we have to figure out what actually happened to Ugbar. But Emplava now just losing touch on Matt a little bit here.
Yeah, he didn't get all the traction out of the last corner, but he kind of pulls it back in. You always get that yo-yo effect when you come into a slow corner, and the man in front is always quicker on the accelerator because he's further around the corner, and you get that yo-yo effect. But looks like Emplava has dragged Matt back in a bit through this section. Matt was quick through the first sector in qualifying. That's where he was really strong over Emplava, but at the moment Emplava looks like he's got good pace through the first sector.
He does seem to have good pace. It's that Audi power that helps him out. We know the Acura is down on power as he gets right onto the back, and he just taps him and loses the rear.
Did he touch? Did they touch?
I think there was just the slightest of touch, but we need to look back to Stealth Sloth and Welshie. They're quite close on track right now. The two MC Motorsport boys, they're going to have to decide on team points here. Who's going to take the lead here as they got Smithy trying to hunt them down and trying to outscore these two as much as they possibly can. As Stealth Sloth on the curb there. Welshie right behind his teammate. Is he going to send it into the hairpin? That is the question.
Welshie has a look round the outside, and it'll be difficult to do it from there. It's going to be team orders.
He undercuts him.
They nearly touch. Don't crash into your teammate. It's the worst thing you can do. It's crashing into your teammate. Got to say, I've been there more than once.
As Welshie goes up the hill now, and Stelsloff has lost out to his teammate there. So can Welshie now bring the gap down to Dean? Dean with a horrendous lap last lap. 2:09. Obviously, that was with his little spin. As we're only on a lap 3 at the minute, so we're coming on to a lap 4. Such a long lap here at the Nürburgring, but Smokey still in a solid 3rd position right now and doing everything he needs to do to be promoted up into the pro category.
Yes, indeed, and he's in a comfortable position at the moment. He's 6 off the lead, but 6 in front of Dean. And Stealth coming back at Welshie. Yeah, it's not as close as I thought. I looked at the times and looked at the indicators that we get, and I thought it was a bit closer than that. So there's a lot of field spread considering we're only just starting lap 4.
There is a lot of field spread, but hopefully the pit stops can bring the gap down. As Emplava now starting to set better lap times here, trying to catch on to the back of Matt. He seemed to have gained 3/10 in the later part of this lap and the start of this lap, so he's starting to reel Matt back in. I think Emplava might have overall better race pace, but obviously Matt with track position will be able to hold on to that.
And we know what Matt's like. He makes that Honda as wide as possible, pushes both of the grass collectors out each side and makes it absolutely huge, and gives a cracking defence every week. So we know how difficult and how slippery Matt is to overtake. So Emplava with work to do, again, week in, week out.
Matt here can also match beat Fury's record of most wins in a season. He needs to win every single race to beat Fury's record. But if he loses one, Emplava has a wiggle.
Goes deep. Yeah, he's gone deep there again. That'll set him back a little bit as he's pushing, trying to catch that gap back up. It didn't cost him too much time by the looks of it.
Not too much, as he's trying to stick to the back of Matt. He knows that Matt is going to slowly creep away from him. I'm just trying to see as well how many wins Matt has had this season, so that I can give you the correct stats.
Emplava's in. End of lap 4. That's yes. Within the window.
That is in within the window. So Emplava, first man to pit, and the pit stop is really interesting here because the boards literally are into the pit lane. So
they
easy
are.
to
They
capture.
Come up really quickly, don't they? Come up really quickly, and then you've got a long run all the way down through here before you pick up your pit box. But might catch a few people out this.
Yeah, definitely so. As Emplava is into the pits, as the rest of the pack carry on going through. Anyone else up to pit? No, at this stage. So Emplava done, and he is on his way. Matt currently on 10 wins this season, and he has to get 4 more.
14 to beat it.
To beat Fury's record. If he loses one tonight, Smithy is also into the pits. If he loses one tonight, he will be only able to match Fury's record. So can Matt do that? It's going to be very difficult, as Emplava seems to be on the pace this evening. He's got a bit of clear air now, so hopefully he can use the clear air to jump Matt in the pits and do the undercut. But Matt right now, yes, so I just mentioned that, Mike.
What have we just mentioned?
The undercut.
Oh yeah, the undercut. We were talking about that, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. So we were. Depends what Matt's what's it called? Pit strategy is. Being that has he timed things to pit on a certain lap? I certainly know I do, and I try and stick to it if I can. Or does he react?
That's the question. Matt can be quite happily on his own, leading the way, and doesn't need to react. He's just doing his own lap times of 58.7. He's probably not got the stress of pressure behind him, but he knows for a fact that Emplava will be pushing, but he opts to stay out. Emplava, though, has got this issue that he will now start to catch the traffic. Stelsloff is the first car he will come across of the yellow Lamborghini of MC Motorsport. So how quickly can Emplava clear that car?
Yes, now this is the problem, isn't it? Again, was Emplava always planning to stop early? It puts him back in traffic. Unfortunately, we haven't got a garage full of analysts working out a gap for you to put your car back in after a pit stop. So he's come up behind Stealth, and he's caught Stealth really quite quickly. Does Stealth jump out of the way? It's the position. He doesn't have to. It's for lapped. But I think Stealth has given him plenty of room there, to be fair.
He has indeed. If Matt here takes another win here for the Acura, that will now give the Acura 11 wins. But if M-Plava can get a win for the Audi, it'll be 15 wins equally in the BMW M6. So can he do that here tonight? And in pole position, Matt gets an extra one for the Acura, which actually gets a little bit closer to the Audi itself. So can Matt get another win here for the Acura? That's the question as Bryn comes in on lap 6.
Yes, indeed. Bryn into the pits in the BMW. Lights are out. Has he broke them, or has he just switched them off by accident? The rule is that you're supposed to have your lights on, but sometimes, I mean, I say sometimes, in the dark, obviously, it's not too bad. You can see him. There we go. His lights come back on. Obviously had damage. That's why his lights were off. Running the beautiful yellow Continental lights on this car. That it's
Enduro lights.
Yeah, Enduro lights.
As Stelsloff and M-Plava have switched positions now, and M-Plava is now into 5th place position, now looking to try and hunt down Welshie. And right now,
how far away is Welshie? 5 seconds, isn't he?
The thing is, though, how much of a long pit stop is this going to cost? M-Plava is now 29 seconds behind Matt. Now he's got clear air. He'll want to try and set some decent lap times. Matt out in front. We need to try and figure out how long a pit stop is, as any of the guys coming into the pits.
We never do that, do we? We should always do that in practice. We should do it in practice and work out what the deficit is for this, but we never do. Well, there's enough of us in the enough of us commentating in the admin team and the stewards team and everybody who does laps every week, and none of us ever kind of sit and work out what a pit stop's worth or what the deficit is. But 30 seconds as Welshie comes in.
Welshie's in the pit, and I've just hit my stopwatch so we can find out exactly how long it takes him. So Welshie into the pits. Obviously, I will keep an eye on that yellow marker to disappear, but that's one less car for M-Plava to worry about, and he's already trying to catch Matt as quickly as he possibly can. 28.4 seconds behind him. If he's got a good enough lap, he will be able to jump his rival and keep his championship alive. But right now, Welshie into the pits. The track is all spread out a little bit. Good pit stop there from Welshie. He is underway.
So he rolls out of the pits. Dan's stopwatch is running, so it's the exit from the pits is a lot more straightforward. He's off the limiter now.
42 seconds.
42, really? Wow.
That's from entry to exit.
It didn't seem that long, but yeah, okay.
It's a very long pit entry. It's that little corner. So
if you're saying 42, then M-Plava is going to absolutely storm past.
Let's see if my
let's see if that's correct, shall we?
Project Cars 2 or 1, I am about to buy one or the other, which is better. Project Cars 2 by a mile. This is what we're running here, and make sure you do not buy Project Cars 3. And if you are interested, TCMB Motorsports, then head over to our channel, hit that like button, unsubscribe, head over to the Discord and our Facebook page, and get involved if you want to join in for Season 6 next season, as GT3s will be back on track, and an exciting calendar we have for you next season. A lot of them drivers are not looking forward to, and a lot the drivers are, and Kelly, we start the season at your pick, don't we?
Yes, we do. It's Akito or Suzuka, as it's kind of known. Missed out on that one last year because I had other commitments. Off enjoying myself, so I missed out on it last season. Really wanted to race it, so I'm looking forward to that as a season opener. Just to make clear again, that's Project Cars 2. Don't buy anything else.
As Bryn just dropped it there. Bryn just had a moment right in front of Matt. That probably gave Matt a heart attack, as Bryn is now back and underway, making sure that his lights are still working. I'm just trying to get the Discord page loaded up so I can have a look at the calendar.
Yes. Oh, well, we know it's Keto is round 1. Have we got a date, or is the date being released yet for the start of season 6? Is that common knowledge yet?
The date, I know how many weeks we will have, where we will have a 4-week break. Yeah. So whatever 4 weeks after Spa is, basically, will be the first round.
What's 4 weeks after Spa? Is it late April? No, it can't be late April because we're at Donington Park, aren't we?
Yes.
So I think it might be the week after Donington Park, which would be first week of May.
Some some genius in the comments will probably tell me, and like Mike, for example, will tell me the actual date. But for sure, we will keep an eye on that. As Motorsport says, I have iRacing, but looking for something to have a little bit more fun on without worrying about ruining my points championships. You're more than welcome to come and join us here at Simplay Motorsport. We run on the PlayStation platform, so PS4 or PS5. Sign up to our Discord and Facebook page, and you should be able to get out on track here in the GT3s, as Matt is into the pits.
And M Plava had got it down to like 25 seconds.
Let's see how wrong 26. I am.
Yes, let's see where is
Smokey's in as well.
Smokey's in as well, so
and is into the final chicane.
Yeah. Is it going to be a quick stop from Matt?
Very quick stop.
Very fast stop. Very fast. It's going to be close, you know.
I was massively wrong, I think, here.
Matt's on his way out. I think he's going to have it done, you know.
I think that's about...
It's going to be a tough one.
What was the gap between M Plava and Matt? That was about...
26.
26 seconds. That is the pit stop. Ignore what I said then.
42. Where'd you get that from? Have you got one of those Mickey Mouse stopwatches? Did you buy it from that guy in that transit pickup who was tarmacking a drive?
I have no idea. Maybe it's different. Maybe M Plava's lap. I don't know how it works, but I'm not doing it that way again. But Matt does stay in front. M Plava has brought that gap down. Dean now leads this race, and we're still waiting for Dean. Ukbar is out of the race, so Dean and Stelsloff still yet to pit.
That's I'll say it again, that's probably the prettiest car on the grid as far as I'm concerned. Pro-Am. I like that
prefer
livery.
The Lamborghini.
No, Lambo's like a, well, you know I don't like supercars. I don't like supercars. I quite like
the Audi.
The Audi, yeah, it's okay, but again, it's too much like supercar for my liking. The BMW is more like a normal car, and in that white livery is just prettiest car on the grid.
So we come to a pit stop is roughly about 26 to 28 seconds, isn't it, here at the Nürburgring? Yeah. And Callie, I have found the calendar for next season.
Excellent.
One of the circuits you won't like, as for round one will be Sakito, Callie's choice of the season. We go to a brand new season in a brand new track, in round two. We go to Road America for the second round
challenge
of the season. Third round will be Imola. And we know why Callie won't like Imola, because it doesn't work.
I may have to buy a new disc. There's a scratch through my disc which runs right through Imola.
We then return back to America for COTA. The Circuit of the Americas will be back on the calendar. Then round 5 will be Zolder. We head to Belgium twice, as the next round will be Spa, so we don't get to travel too far away from Belgium. So Spa will be the 6th round of the season. Brand new track once again to the calendar season. The Zen Plava sends it into turn 1. Hello.
He gets it slowed down, and he sent that from a long way back. Matt covered him off, saw him coming. That was interesting, wasn't it?
That was a Daniel Ricciardo-esque move there. He really sent it last minute there. M Plava can, like I said, see his championship slipping away. This is all Matt has to do to win the title in the first race. And M Plava needs to get past Acura. He has 7 laps to do so. Going back to the calendar, round 7 will be a brand new circuit. We'll be heading to Silverstone Classic. Will be on the calendar. A very fast track. Kind of reminds us of Thruxton. That's why we've chosen it. As Hockenheim will be back on the calendar by choice by this man. M Plava chose it. As he then comes to the hairpin, is he going to send it? No, he's too far back.
Bruno, traffic. These two.
They are coming up traffic. Who is the traffic? Is it Bryn, as he gets a great run and he comes towards the Schumacher S's? Are they going to go up side by side? Me and Matt did it in a practice session the other night, and Matt just hangs in there, but M Plava with a great run out the hairpin, but they have got a slow car, and that is Bryn. He is pulled over to the side. He will need to get that repaired as soon as possible, but he has retired from the session. So Bryn has retired on lap 9, I want to say
10.
No, he's a lap down.
9. Yeah, he'd be on 9.
So M Plava. So I'm trying to read this calendar, M Plava.
I know.
Bruno.
Oh, inconsiderate of him, isn't it? He suddenly gets his elbows out as you're trying to do a feature. Honestly.
Honestly.
It's so rude.
We don't talk about Bruno because Bruno is coming back. Bruno will be returning to the grid as we also go back to Daytona, but once again, Mplava is looking for another move. Dean Wasocki into the pits. Mplava right onto the back of that Acura. He could sniff the oil out of the back of the car. Matt with a late jink to the inside. So Matt is going to defend the inside. One move. Mplava is going to have to be brave. He's going to go around the outside. He will have the inside for the next corner. He's going to have to stick it with it. He's there. He's just enough ahead. He's going to go down in the inside of turn 2. Matt's going to have to stick it out on the outside, and he does so. Mplava gets the move done, but he has to hang it out. He'll have the inside once again for turn 3. Matt will stay there, but he will have the inside for turn 4. Great racing between these two. Mplava trying to go for the switch. Brilliant driving from Matt and the young Latvian as Mplava goes wide. He's going to have to lift there. He did check track limits out on exit there as Stoll offers into the pits. As Mplava down the inside. But Matt's going to hang it out on the outside as well. Great racing as they make contact.
Oh, this is absolutely fantastic as Mplava goes out wide. But he is got the bit between his teeth. And some great racing going side by side, corner for corner. That started all the way back at corner 1. And some great racing from these two. Mplava has got the pace, but he just can't find a way past Matt. They're going to go again, Dan.
He is trying to look for another move, and I will finish his calendar eventually. But
I think we'll get back to that, you know.
Do you know what? I'll just quickly spam it out. The last couple of rounds, Daytona will be round 10. Round 11 will be Oschersleben, and Monza will be the final round of the championship. Mplava sets the run up towards the fast right-hander and then into the chicane. Can he get it set up there for the chicane? That's the question. Matt will think to defend the inside. No, he takes his natural line. Mplava looks to the inside. Is he going to send it? He does. Can he get it stopped? They make contact.
They both make contact. Mplava sunk one up the inside, and yeah, they make contact.
Oh, I don't know how to look at that one.
I think that's not for us to decide, Dan. We are just mere commentators.
It is. It was going to end in tears. It was Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, SM Monster, and it looks like Mplava's come off worse. Matt went to turn in. Mplava was just too far behind and missed his braking point. Sorry, he was just missing his braking point and was in too deep there. He had too much speed going into the chicane, and I think Matt just wasn't expecting him to just still be there. So can Mplava catch him with 5 laps to go? Smokey has brought the gap down between these two, though. Look at the lap time Smokey been doing.
Yes, absolutely. And Smokey, the fastest man on track at the moment, while these two have been scrapping. Mplava's got to do all that hard work again. He's got 5 laps to do it to catch back up to Matt and have another crack at it. I said he needs to get his elbows out. He certainly has. He's found new elbows and they're wide.
Matt might be struggling with aero damage. He did hit the front of that car relatively hard for Mplava there. Mplava trying to get the job done in the chicane. You can just see his title is just slipping away. He's trying anything. He sent it up in the chicane and he didn't get anywhere, but spun round. But Matt is doing everything right so far, and as Mike says, we'll be seeing that in the stewards room. Yeah, laughing no emoji.
No doubt.
Might try and see if Matt has got damage.
Yes, well, Mplava's coming back at him at a rate of knots, so is Matt now carrying damage, and can he sustain it for the last 5 laps? We will certainly see. As I said, it's not for us to sort out, it's for the stewards to sort out. Hopefully it'll all be amicable in the interview.
Oh, Matt had the wiggle!
He's gone wiggle, he's gone wide, that's rubbed it down the wall. Is he going to have damage from that one?
Most likely, as Mplava now leads this race. Matt's mistake, and he goes off on track. Just I look on the stream, just before he hits the wall, he did actually have 7 front damage, and I'm not sure why Matt is flashing his lights, because he made the mistake by touching the curb. So can Matt bring that gap down? That is the question.
Yep, he got up on the curb, front end wouldn't live with it, and away it went. Yeah.
But look who's just behind as well. Smokey Devil set in decent lap times, 59.8. He is catching Matt right now. Oh, this is going to be a fight to the end. Can Smokey get his win? Still Matt flashing his lights. I'm not sure why. Possibly he thinks that Mplava needs to give him the space back for the earlier incident in the chicane, but
well, that wouldn't be the place. That wouldn't be to give
he's
it
still
back,
flashing his lights.
Maybe that's just a touring car kind of esque thing that I'm coming back at you. I don't know.
Who knows? As I know Matt will be trying his absolute hardest to catch the back of M Brava and try and take this win.
Yes, indeed. With 4 laps to go, it's all hotting up here at the Nürburgring. Matt with a bit of a wiggle as he come out the back there. He's pushing on now, trying to get the very best out of this Acura and catch back up to M Plava to win this race. But what's going to happen, we'll see. Don't go anywhere. Don't go make a cup of tea or anything like that, because this isn't done yet.
It is not done yet, but at this rate, M Plava will take it to the next round of Nürburgring. He will score 5 points here. But Matt needed to outscore him by 4 to win the title, and looks like M Plava will score 5 over him. So he's doing the job he needs to do, but is he running out of time? Looking bleak for M Plava as he comes into the chicane where he dropped it. Smoky Devil has just seemed to have dropped off the pace a little bit. He's not quite closer to these guys now. So now these two are in a rhythm. Smoky's not able to really gain on these two.
Yes. And is he just settling in for 3rd place? I mean, he's got a huge gap over Dean in 4th, and you know, I'm sure if these two trip over themselves again, Smokey would be right there. But 9 seconds back. I mean, if it was me, I'd be settling in for that 3rd place, because yeah, you get too close to these two.
Who knows, Kelly? Between these two, they've already had an incident to one another.
Yeah, true.
If M Plava makes a mistake and Matt catches up and they start dicing again, Smokey couldn't be an opportunity to win the race if these two are too busy battling one another and thinking of the championship. 25 of you are watching this stream. Hit that like button. We're only on 17 likes. Hit that like button, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and hit the bell to be notified. This is going down to the wire. M Plava is doing everything he needs to do to keep this championship alive. Has he got fastest lap as well? That is the question. Matt is trying everything he possibly can to win this title here and now. Smoky Devil right in a brilliant position to be promoted up into pro, but at the minute Dean is out scoring Welshie right now as well. But Welshie currently in 5th place and trying to hunt him down, but he's way off the pace. He's 30 seconds behind Dean Wasocki. In 6th place is Stel Sloth. He will score decent points for MC Motorsport, and they will look to try and hunt down Audi Sport in the constructors. And Smithy bringing up the rear once again, your constructors champion at the back of the pack, still scoring some good points for him and his teammate as they come through the final few sectors now. M Plava still leads this race, and Matt has just seemed to have lost the pace a little bit and is not able to stick then, but he goes on the grass a little bit there.
He does, yeah. I was just going to say, Matt's dropped off the pace a little bit. Is that damage just too much now? You know, too much to be able to keep the pace to catch Matt? Possibly so. He's dropping back. The time's up and down, isn't it? You know,
it
depending
is up
where
and
they
down.
are on track, as you would expect.
They are matching one another, and as I've got a couple of guys in the comments, Sadie, I think, Salandi, I can't pronounce that name.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this, my all-time favourite, the R8, and he is leading the way. Can he keep the championship alive? Mike in the chat, no one was near him when he went off. Got up on the curb and on the fast right-hander, which twitched him and ran him off and corrected, and seemed to have looked back briefly. Matt just likes to flash. Tyler Mimivic.
Tyler Mimivic, yeah.
He will not like that comment whatsoever. He will come for peaceful tomorrow, I'll tell you that now. And the R8 is leading the way, but it is the Acura who's leading the championship. Matt has just got a couple more rounds to possibly seal the deal. But at this rate, he's not going to break Fury's record.
No, he's not. That's going to slip away, although he could equal it. 13 wins in a season. He could equal it, but right at the moment it's looking unlikely. But then 2 laps to go, still anything can happen. You know?
He can still beat it if he wins this race. If he wins the last 4 rounds, he will have 14 wins in a season, which beats the Mercedes and Fury on 13. So if Matt loses this, the only thing he can do is match it. But M Plava in the Audi doing everything right so far. And if you guys are enjoying this, then make sure you tune in 8 PM tomorrow night as we will be live once again. But the pros will be hitting the track. The Pro-Ams are doing a great job here this evening. Tune in Thursday night for the pros, 8 o'clock and join us as Matt Imovic and Jamie Brazy will be bringing you the action here at the Nürburgring. Can Andy and myself take it to Spa, or will Andy finally get his first championship under the belt? Can he stop me taking a third title? Is Sutty Apex actually going to decide which tyre he wants to run? Can Slingshot Motorsport win their Constructors title and stop Shake and Bake winning a third title in a row? Can Gary Leach and Little Leach finally get the Porsche hooked up at Nürburgring and take some decent points away? All still to find out. BT Targa I don't think is able to race tomorrow night, so can Exmar score some decent points for Pro Laps, and can Fury catch the gap between myself and Andy in the Mercedes? That is the question. And right now Emprava is looking like he is on his way for a 4th win of the season, I believe.
Was it third or 4th?
I will find out for you. I will find out for you.
Okay, go to the Evercorrect stats page and let us know. Smokey's still doing a solid job. He's dropping back off these guys a little bit, but he's still 18 clear of Dean. Matt dropping off the back of Emplava a little bit. I think that there's probably that damage that he's running is just a little bit too much now to catch Emplava. Welshie in 5th place, 6th Stealth, and Smithy bringing up the rear at the moment. But Emplava still goes on at lap 16. We are coming towards the end of this race, and if you've only just joined us for your first time,
this would be Emplava's 4th win of the season. And to tell you how consistent Emplava has been since the round 6 and midpoint of the season, race 2, Emplava hasn't been off the podium. 3rd, 2nd, 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 1st, 1st, 2nd, 2nd, 1st. That is how his season has come to an end. Matt, I think it's been very similar himself.
I can't wait to see these guys in Pro, Dan. I really can't. I can't wait to see what kind of form they'll have in Pro.
Well, since round 5, race 1, Matt hasn't been off the top 2 positions. 2nd, 2nd, 1st, 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 2nd, 2nd, 1st, 1st, 2nd, 1st. That is how Matt has been able to have such an advantage in this championship. As don't forget about my sneaky Merc, Dan says Fury. I've already mentioned your sneaky Merc as these guys start their final lap.
I looked at that quickly and I thought it said Squeaky Merc, which, Fury Squeaky Merc. Wow, yes. There's another one that sounds like it could be an innuendo bingo, doesn't it?
It definitely does. But Emprava starts his final lap here, and so far it is looking good for Emprava. I've got to give a shout out to Dean. He's been quite solid there in that 4th place position. But Smoky Devil, what pace he's had. He's not been too far off the top 2 at this stage, and whenever they've made a little mistake, he's just put them under a slight bit of pressure.
Yes, indeed, and it's good points though.
Very solid points for Smokey as he's coming into the 1st sector, and Welshie and Stelstoff will be happy knowing that Bryn won't score any points, obviously, and it will extend their opportunity to try and outscore Emprava in the Audi Sport Constructors. But at the minute, he will score 25 points, and if he has fastest lap, that will make 26 compared to Matt's 20. So Emprava will gain 6. Matt took pole.
Matt took pole, you're right, yeah.
So Emprava coming up to the Schumacher S's, and we will obviously the incidents between Matt and Emprava will be under review. And we will decide what will happen that between the stewards. But Emprava, though, coming through the final few corners now, and it's been a solid round for him here at the Nürburgring. He showed race pace and he's delivered it here towards the end.
Certainly, whatever's decided in the stewards' room is certainly giving us plenty of action, this being race 1. So don't anybody go anywhere. We will be going with race 2 very, very shortly. The top, do we start with 8 or do we start with 9?
We start with 9.
Qualify, Dan?
So I believe
top 5, 4.
Top 5. So Mike will just have to double check me, but I believe top 5 can't qualify. But it is Emprava coming around the final corner now. He takes his 4th win here at Simplay Motorsport, and he crosses the line and keeps his championship alive with a race win. Matt is going to come home in 2nd place position. His lights are off at the end. But he quickly switches them back on. Smoky Devil in 3rd place position, rounding off the podium. A solid job there from Smoky Devil. Yep. Flash of lights from him. It gives him opportunity to stay in that promotion zone. Who's next coming across the line? That is Dean. He's coming into the final chicane. Solid stuff from Dean there. A championship possibly decided by stewards. Who would have thought I don't think it'll be decided by the stewards. We can still go to Spa, but Dean Flashing Lights with a solid 4th position. Good points for himself. Losing out to Smokey. Welshie just coming in the background. He's quite a way back as well. But
still on the lead lap, so he will come across the line as he comes up to the fast chicane, and probably expecting a little bit more was Welshie, but never mind. Another race to come, so other opportunities, and he unfortunately won't be able to qualify either. Looking at it, it'll only be 2 people qualifying.
I believe I've got to double check that. I believe it's top 5 can't qualify, because we did lose 2. So at this rate, it'll be Emprava, Matt, Smokey, Dean, and Welshie. But I have to confirm that with the guys. So possibly might be top 4. I will have to wait. So Welshie, if you are listening, just keep an eye on keep an ear out if I say you're allowed to or not. But Stelsoft crosses the line in 6th place position, 7th along the way home. Everyone finishing on the lead lap is Smithy, and he comes home for 7th place position.
Yes, indeed. So there you go. That was round 1, done and dusted.
Matt takes fastest lap.
Yes, he does, with a 58.0. Look at their best laps there. Awesome race pace, those two. Emplava for Matt. Smokey in a strong 3rd and looking to move up. Dean comes in 4th. Welshie 5th. Stealth Sloth in 6th. 7th place goes away as Smithy. And retired was Bryn and Ugbar.
Guys, make sure you tune in about 5-10 minutes time, as we will have race 2 underway, a reverse grid, and I believe it is a top 5 won't be able to qualify. So make sure you tune in and hit the thumbs up for a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified. But that's it for race 1. We'll be back in about a few minutes time for race 2.
Yes, indeed.
Matt's already in this party.
I'm going for a slash. I'll be back.
Alright. I don't even know if we're out yet. Yeah, we are. We go for that.
Matt, before anything, sorry. I completely missed my braking. I was trying to stop, but yeah.
You there, Matt? Wow. Smokey, you are now in 3rd place in the championship. I mean, Welshie could still catch you. Beth said he's gone to the toilet, and the Mercedes will be in its drive though, because it'll be summer though, won't it? So you need to find someone who likes the Mercedes. Uh-oh. You need to see what drivers are available as well. I am struggling with this flu now. Yeah, I don't think it's COVID though. I think it's just a head cold or something. Ugh. Just want to bang my head against the desk. Yeah, no Prolapse boys no more, so they don't turn up. DJ Phil's on holiday, so it's just a bit bleak at the minute. Right, who are we missing? I think that's everyone.
How much time we have until we go live?
In a minute, I think. Why? What's up?
I want to go to the toilet.
Go on then. Yeah, shoot off to the toilet.
Yeah.
Dan, you sounded like a school teacher. Go on then. Nip off to the toilet. Well done, Smokey.
Aye, cheers.
We'll be passing each other as you go up to pro and I come down. I'll wave to you on the plane as we pass each other.
Aye, that's it, aye.
Well, yeah. We'll see, actually.
Oh, excuse me.
I'll probably be the same. I'll go up to the pros and come straight back down to pro-am.
Sorry, what?
I says I'll probably go up to pros and come straight back down to pro-am.
Well, it's going to be a hell of a season for pro next year.
Oh,
for
aye.
sure. There's going to be so many quick people. It's going to be unreal.
Have some tablets, but if you
Matt,
can give me
before
some
you-
tablets out, please, so that I can text once my bags just start giving me some juice.
Before you disappear to the toilet, Emplava apologised. He's now gone to the
Alright.
toilet. So
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I just lost a bit of concentration and just missed my break.
Yes, I can do it. Just needed the box. Thank you. Yeah.
right, are we all ready?
Yeah.
Alright. So what's that? The table's updated. 49.
Top 5 can't qualify, can they now?
No, not well. No one's told me, so I'm
I
assuming
assume, I assume that's what it is.
nine
I mean,
drivers.
he's got
so-
2 qualified.
No, 3.
No, we'll have 4.
About 4, sorry. Yeah, 4. So Welsh can't qualify. Okay.
Dean absolutely bottled it again.
He had a great start.
For me, he bottled it again. He right in front. Me and Empire
Yeah.
weren't even putting pressure on him.
Right.
Did you get any damage from? Did you get hit in that first corner, Max? You got squeezed by in between the two of them. Did you get hit? Did you get any damage?
Little rub, no damage here.
Right.
Little
well,
rub,
ready?
nothing bad.
I
Yeah,
saw you in the first corner, Matt. I saw you in the rear view mirror, and I thought, okay, I'm clear. And then suddenly a BMW appeared on my side.
Dean
and I
was
like,
Dean was to my left side.
Yeah.
So
I
And
didn't
I
see
braked.
him at first, but then yeah.
Yeah,
just before we carry on, you need to outscore N by 4 to win the title.
I needed to outscore him by 4 tonight in total,
Yeah, but
and he's currently
49 behind.
He's on 25, I'm on 22, so I now need to outscore him by 7 in this second race.
7 to win the title, okay. Right, we ready?
Well, hang on. What's he behind?
49 behind.
49 with 81, so if he gets... So let me just do that. I need to outscore him by 5 points. 6. So if I get 6 or more points than him in this second race, I win.
So you need to outscore by 6.
6 from what I've worked out, yep.
Right, okay, we'll go with that. Just replying to the Pro-Am a minute. Switch, okay. Right, ready?
I'm ready.
Right, okay, let's go.
Are you going to go live as soon as it clears?
16. As soon as the screen comes on, we're live. Oh, excuse me. Oh, pardon.
Pig.
You got an Australia?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport. We are underway for race 2 here, and the championship standings look like this. Matahimovic leads the way, but he's only got a 49-second gap over Emprava. He needs to outscore Emprava by 6 points in race 2 to win the title. If Emprava keeps the fight going, we will go to Spa for the final round of the championship. Smokey has now moved up into 3rd place and is in that promotion zone at this stage. Ben Parky is now dropped to 4th as well. She is in 5th place position. Ukbar in 6th place. Dean getting a little bit closer to Ukbar in 6th place. So Dean up into 7th. Smithy still scoring decent points, is 8th place position, and 9th is Laney. 10th position is Stel Sloth, slowly creeping on Smithy. Bryn in 11th place position. 12th is DJ Phil. 13th is Nikki, and 14th is Leon Fernie. In the Teams Championship, leading the way still, and Constructors Champion is Sweet and Sour Motorsport, your champions of the season. 240 ahead of Audi Sport, but that gap is coming down between the top 2. MC Motorsport are trying their very best to catch Emprava to the end of the season. Also, Not Fast, Just Furious, just starting to lose grip of the Lamborghinis in 4th place, but 5th place is Smokey Racing. He's now moved up past Rainbow Prolapse and Team Prolapse. 8th place position is Metal M Racing, and 9th is Powerline Racing. And we have the top 3 in with us right now, and we will start with 3rd place man, Smokey Devil. And a bit of a panic moment as your PlayStation was a little bit late to update, but you managed to get in for the session, a quick couple of laps, and a 3rd place, a good start to the night.
I'll take that for the start of the night, neighbour. That's a good start, 3rd place. I just didn't have the pace to keep up with the front 2. I was about a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds down, so I need to try and make a few changes and try and keep up with everybody this time.
Did you see the gap coming down towards the end of the race as Emprava and Matt were battling for 1st position? Did you see that gap coming down significantly, and did that kind of spur you on to go a bit faster, or were you just kind of settled in at 3rd place?
I could have settled in at 3rd place. I knew I had no chance of catching them, do you know what I mean, with the pace I was running. Yep. But I did see the gap come down, and I was like, oh, there's a bit of fighting going on up there, so you never know what can happen, do you know what I mean? One, two person takes somebody out, you end up gaining an extra place for nothing really, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, it's happened before, and it certainly will again. Daniel?
You've now put yourself strongly in that promotion zone in 3rd place. It looks like you're going to be the best of the rest out of these guys. Has that really been the goal this season, just try and stick with the leaders?
I was looking to get into the promotion spot this year. I've been close to it past season or 2. This season I was like, nah, I've got to put put the effort in and try and get the promotion that I probably deserve. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
After racing at Pro-Am for quite a few seasons now.
Yeah. So we're going into race 2. You're going to be starting mid-pack roughly by the looks of things. What's the plan for race 2?
Just take it easy for the first quarter of the lap, see what happens, hopefully end up back up the front again.
Enjoying racing here at Nürburgring?
It's alright, aye. Well, once the temperature comes up in the tyres, it's alright, do you know what I mean? But
Yep.
at first it's a wee bit sketchy.
Nonetheless, mate, congratulations on your 3rd place and keeping strong in that promotion zone at this stage. So congratulations on that.
Nice one, cheers.
Yeah. Good luck for the next race.
We now move on to the 2nd place man, the leader of the championship. Matt, you look like you had a good start to the night, a pole position under your belt. Looked like Emprava looked like you had the overall pace, but you managed to put that lap in at the last second, and then it all looked good. It looked very strong, and then just that little contact between you and Emprava, and it all went downhill.
That lap was actually my first flying lap, the lap 2 of the race. That fastest lap. Couldn't get near it for the rest of the race. Don't know what's up. Been in the 57s all week, and the pace tonight couldn't get out the 58. So yeah.
Yeah, we were commenting off air, Matt, about the incident into turn 1. Dean had a cracking start, went right round the outside of you and Emprava, and just squeezed you in the middle of those two. Just talk us through that for a minute.
Got a good start. I think we all pretty got an even start. Dean probably got the best to come from 3rd and get up to alongside us. Obviously I had En on my inside, trying to give him the room up the inside of the corner, as well as trying to not go too wide to make contact with Dean. I don't know if Dean was aware that En was... It was 3 abreast, because Dean seemed to come across. I'll admit, I kind of come out the brakes a little early and probably backed out of that one and tried to not get any damage or anything. I didn't come away with any damage. We had a bit of rubbing between the 3 of us, I think. And then En and Dean, En tried to have a go around Dean around the outside, and I managed to get back up the inside of him. So yeah, good start from Dean. Look, hats off to him. He's improved this year a lot, and long may that continue, because he's getting stronger in that game.
Absolutely. Daniel.
And then obviously later on into the race, you and Emprava were having a fantastic battle with one another. You came up to the chicane, and it just looked like Emprava missed his break in, you turned in and wasn't expecting him to be there.
No comment.
Okay, so and then obviously later on you hit the curb and just unsettled the car and then ended up in the wall. Did that cause more damage towards the end, or was it just...
Didn't touch the wall. Got no... if I did, it must have been very gentle, because I didn't get damage from that. I had damage which then kind of was from the previous question. I had damage from that which then was struggling to get the car turned in, aero performance wise. So I was having to sort of really slow down through the corners to get it going, and that curb is quite lethal. You don't really want to touch that curb on the quick part of the track. And just with the struggling of it, just frustration struggling with the aero damage, I touched the curb and it just sort of bounced me straight, and it was a bit of a panicky moment, because I thought, if I get damage here, Smokey's not too far behind, where if I get big damage, I could lose and end up 3rd place. But no, luckily I didn't get damage from that, just aero damage, struggling to get around the corners, loss of performance in the car, and I hit the curb and bounced into the ground.
Right, going into race 2, you start in 5th position by the looks of things, and it looks like you've got one hand on this title. Can you win the title here tonight? And what is the plan for race 2? Can you stay out of trouble?
Race 2, stay out of trouble into the first corner. It's a 90. It's a come back on yourself corner that's at like such an obscure angle. Anything's going to happen into turn 1 here tonight. And can I win the championship tonight? I had a thought that if I won that first race, yes. I don't know now. Anything can happen. This game's it's a funny game, and it's got a weird way of biting you in the ass if you make a couple of mistakes.
Well, congratulations on the 2nd place, mate, and good luck for the final race tonight.
Cheers,
Good luck.
And we move on to your race winner, his 4th win of the season. Emprava, you are bringing that gap down very, very slowly to Matt, and a good start to the night and a good start to the championship fight.
Yeah, had a good start. In the first corner I didn't know that Dean was there, so I got caught out by that. Yeah, then I had to chase him, try to overtake, lost position, and had to do that all over again.
Yes, you looked like you had the ultimate pace, race pace this evening. Your car was absolutely flying. Just tell us, how is it feeling out there for you? Is it as planted as it looks?
at some points it's really loose, but in the most important part I think I can get it turned in correctly and put my foot on the gas at the greatest time.
That is the trick, isn't it, of
Yeah.
going fast, is being able to do that. As I said, you certainly look like you have the ultimate race pace, and car looks good out there for sure. Daniel.
You're going to be started last here, Emperava, for the final race here at the Nürburgring. Are you enjoying the Nürburgring tonight? And also, can you win? Can you take this fight to Spa at the back of the pack?
Yeah, I enjoyed this track, but I think it will be really difficult to take the championship fight to the last round, since I have quite a few cars between me and Matt. But I will do my best, and I will see what happens.
Well, congratulations on the 4th win of the season, and good luck for the final race of the night.
Yeah, thanks.
Good luck.
So Kelly, the championship
Yes.
fight is coming down to the wire. Emperava does bring that gap down ever so slightly, but he still has a mountain to climb. 6 points separating. 6 points is all that Matt needs to outscore Emperava by to win the title here at Nürburgring. And Emperava just needs to finish ahead to take it to Spa. It's going to be an interesting end. Smokey in the top 3 for the promotion stage as well. And Ukbar is on pole position at this stage.
Absolutely, Dan. And as Matt rightly said, anything can happen in this game, and it certainly can. So don't anybody go anywhere. I've just settled down with a nice glass of Bailey's and looking forward to this race, because you're quite right. You've got Emperava at the back, who's got to keep things alive for a championship win. You've got Matt is in the middle there, and you've got Ukbar on pole, who is more than capable of winning this race. So it's going to be an interesting race too here at Nürburgring.
Yes, it is. And if you've been liking everything here on Simplay Motorsport, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. It really does help us out here on the channel to give you the best shows that we can possibly can.
You know that.
I am. Matt will be
are.
absolutely loving this right now. Make sure you hit that bell to be notified as well for when we are live. And make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 8 PM. The pros will be hitting the track here at the Nürburgring. Andy and myself going toe-to-toe for the final 2 rounds. Can Fury get himself involved? And can Slingshot Motorsport finally beat Shake and Bake from winning the Constructors' Champion? These are all questions you need to find out tomorrow night. Also, the F1 will join us on Sunday night. And Kelly, prediction on race winner for race 2 and prediction on champion.
Well, I think it's unless Emperava pulls something very special out of the bag, I think it's going to be Matt for champion. I don't know if he's going to do it tonight. Race 2, I've got no idea, Dan. I think if he stays out of trouble, then Matt's got a good chance in it. But we've seen people come from the back to the front in half a lap quite often, and pro-am the same. Being at the back isn't a disadvantage in this game, the way things play out. So I don't know, who did I say for the win on the first one? I said Matt, didn't I?
Matt
for the win?
champion.
Yeah, I'm going to say Matt for the win on this one as well. So I might have cursed him twice tonight, you never know.
Well, if you want to make it any better, I'll equal out the curse and say Emperava for the win.
Okay.
I'm going to have to agree with you, Kelly. I think Matt is looking strong to take this title. Whether it be here at Nürburgring, whether it be at Spa, that is the question. Can Emperava take it to the final 2 rounds of the season? That is the question. Matt is in the driver's seat here, starting in 5th place position, as far forward he could possibly be. And Emperava has to come through the pack. Pit window is lap 4. Guys, this is going to be an interesting end to the season. Nürburgring night race. It has delivered some great racing between the top 2, and it's going to give us some great racing tomorrow night. Kelly, I'm excited for the final round of the season at Spa.
So am I, absolutely. And I'm sure Matt wouldn't agree, but I would like to see Emperava take it to Matt and make it a finale at the final round. That's always what we want, isn't it? A finale at the final round.
As I said to the guys before we came live tonight, it would be nice if both Pro and Pro-Am championships would go to the final round at Spa. Possibly it will be for the pros, unless I make a complete and utter mess.
That's possible, yeah.
That is very possible. But it looks like Pro will go to Spa. Can Emplava take it to the end? Peaceful have a word. Matt for the win from there. If he gets away well, that is the question. But keep an eye out for Dean Wasocki at the back of the pack as well. He looked good, but also Smoky Devil. He'll be starting in 7th place position as the revs rise. We start here, round 22 at Nürburgring. The lights are on, and it's going here, and it looks like Brin's jumped the start. Oh, it has been, as that is Bryn now into the lead of the race. That's probably a jump start from him as Bryn goes into turn 1, but it's Smithy down the inside of turn 1. Matt is going around the outside. There's Ugbar, there's Stelsloff. They all go into turn 1. Who's going to come out on top? It looks like Smithy leads, but Ugbar's going backwards. Dean's dropped it. Emplava's just sitting behind, but it is Smithy who still leads.
Looks like Stealth went round as well at the back, but Smithy still leads with his teammate behind him. Is he going to play rear gunner for Smithy? Because Smithy hasn't had a win in this Acura, and we'll have to wait and see. But Bryn, has he got a drive-through? If he hasn't, then that was an awesome start from
I am
Bryn,
working on it.
He moved very quickly. Smokey up into 3rd already, and Emplava not really making forward progress at the moment, but we're only halfway round lap 1. And as Matt's going down the side of his teammate.
And it is confirmed, I'm looking at it right now, Bryn has a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. He goes down the inside and it gets alongside Smithy. So Bryn down the inside and moves up a place. Smokey gets alongside Smithy as well. So Smokey now up into 3rd place. Smithy losing places left, right and centre after he let his teammate through. And now Smithy is under pressure from the Lamborghini of Welshie, who's right behind him, but Matt has pulled away, and Emplava is still in 6th place. What is he doing at the back of the pack? He's struggling.
Yes, he is. He's struggling back there, trying to get through this field of fighting drivers. Poor old Smithy got mugged halfway through the lap. He was in 1st, and now he's gone all the way back to 4th at the moment. And he's got Welshie about to pounce on him, and Emplava right there as well. So poor old Smithy having a torrid time. And
look at this.
Emplava.
Emplava had a great run into the chicane. Is he going to miss his braking zone? No. Smithy covers him off, and Emplava just have to sit behind him, and Welshie are going side by side, but Emplava gets the job done on Welshie. Bryn is into the pits to serve his drive-through penalty as Welshie loses a spot to Emplava. Bryn into the pits. Emplava with much better run out the final corner. Smithy is going to be helping his teammate as much as he possibly can. They go side by side. Smithy has the inside, Emplava has the outside. Emplava needs to clear this car as quickly as he possibly can as they go into the turn. First corner, and it looks like Emplava's going to stick around the outside. Is Smithy going to keep his nose up the inside? He does, and pushes him wide. Smithy doing everything for his teammate there.
Yes, indeed. Was Smith? Whoa! And Smokey stopped on track.
He's lagging.
He's lagging something rotten because he is actually in 2nd place. So that was just the ghost of Smokey. That was.
Spooky.
But Emplava a bit wide as he comes out of there, but he's got the run now on Smithy. Smithy holding him up.
Smithy
and
doing
this has brought
everything.
Welshie right back into play. Sorry, Dan.
It has, as well as Matt and Smokey have disappeared up in the front of the pack. So Emplava has a wiggle.
Emplava has a mistake.
Oh, can he keep it again? Oh!
He does. He does keep it all together. Well recovered. That would have gone round for me, that would. And that brings Stealth up beside Emplava, having an absolute nightmare. Welshie now on the back of Smithy. He's going to try and mug him.
Emplava's been hit. Emplava's been hit by Stealth Sloth. He's gone round.
Oh, and he could have damage for that one. This could be the championship done and dusted right at this moment, you know.
Emplava down in 8th place position and 18 seconds behind Matt as Welshie and Smithy, both good friends, battling it out for that 3rd and 4th place position, the final podium position at this stage. And Smithy was denied a podium at Alton Park, and he's letting Welshie through.
It looked like it, didn't it? He kind of just moved out of the way for him. What's that all about?
I have no idea. I have no idea what that was all about. But Welshie now up into 3rd place position. Emplava has got a lot of work to do. Ugbar has had a dreadful start to this race.
Another one. Oh, this guy, honestly. If Ugbar didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all, because he has just been... just had such a torrid season, hasn't he? He started on pole, and we're end of lap 2, and he's way back in 6th place. And he can't seem to get a break, can he?
He cannot. As Mikey in the comments said, it looks like Emperava's having a nightmare of a race, and he is, by the looks of things, 8th place position, and he can't quite catch on to the back of Stanislav. So Emperava's championship slipping away right now. But I'll tell you what, Smokey is matching Matt. He was at 1,000th of a second faster than Matt. These two are matching race pace right now, and Smokey, could he take a race win here? Can he put Matt under pressure? Matt got a title to think of. He doesn't want to mess around with Smokey too much.
No, indeed. Smokey at the moment has got 7 seconds on Welshie. He is battling Welshie as one of those who's in the zone for promotion, although I don't know how the points have worked out now. You know, who can and who can't from the last race. But it's certainly what's Smokey got to lose at trying for a win?
Nothing really. He would like to get a win under his belt, make him feel a little bit better as he possibly could go up into pro and know that he can take the fight to Matt in the pro. So can Smokey just gain a little bit onto the back of Matt? That's the question. Dean is now onto the back of Smithy. Can he clear him as quickly as he possibly can? And just in the background, it looks like Ukbar has got ahead. Stelsov is still behind Ukbar as Emperava is slowly catching these two up.
I wouldn't say slowly, I'd say reasonably quickly, to be fair. He's got the bit between his teeth and trying to pull it back. But as you said, he's 18 seconds off the lead. He seems to be a bit slow out of that corner then.
It sounded like he was on and off the throttle. He was really struggling there. And
what if he's carried damage?
Possibly so. So he's probably waiting for lap 4 as all these guys will now go into the final corner and they will start lap 4. So they can't pit this lap just yet. It's the end of lap 4 is when they are allowed to pit. As Dean crosses the line and is trying to find a way past Smithy. Smithy doing a fantastic job of holding up Dean right now, but Emperava still unable to catch Stelsloff. 2:03. He is just ahead of himself and Emperava 2 minutes. That's way off his original pace as Dean gets really close to Smithy there.
Yeah, gets a bit, gets the back end half windmill and but manages to drag it back in. And goes on again. Lost a little time to Smithy, although he's just caught that up at a rate of knots. Nearly collects the back end of Smithy as he goes into these tricky right, left, right even corners.
Yes, that is true. As Dean was socking out onto the back of Stelsloff. Sorry, not Stelsloff, Smithy. My cold is starting to really affect me now.
Yeah. You know what you need? You need to suck a fisherman's friend.
Wait, what?
You know, the tablets for a sore throat.
Innuendo bingo there, guys. And she's just ahead of these guys, and Smithy looked like he gained a little bit on the back. Oh my god!
A night nurse is what's needed, isn't it? You know, you need a hot toddy and a night nurse is what you need. You feel much better.
Sounds like it, as Emperava has now managed to get past Stelsloff and he's now up into 7th place position as he goes through the Schumacher S's. His next target is Ukbar. I'm trying to come away from that conversation.
Sorry, Haley's giggling in the background and I'm just struggling to concentrate. That's all. Oh dear. Sorry about that. Innuendo bingo. It's a lifestyle.
Emperava really seems to be struggling on track at the minute. He just does not seem to have the race pace he had earlier on as Dean is getting much closer to Smithy. One mistake from Smithy and Dean is through. Look at the beautiful stars here at the Nürburgring. I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous as Smithy.
I wasn't looking at the stars, but now you come to mention it, they're really quite lovely.
Yeah, as Dean comes up into the final corner. Is anyone up in the pit? Dean with a wiggle there. Car just got a little bit unsettled as I think Emperava and Ukbar possibly into the pits. Ukbar is into the pits.
Ukbar is into the pits. Yep, it is. And Emperava has done Stelsloff, and Ukbar's out of his way, so he moves up to 6th place. Now got to get after Dean, who's getting after Smithy. Welshie in a solid 3rd, but Smokey in a comfortable 2nd place. He's dropped off the back of Matt a little bit now, back to about 3.5 seconds. But let's go on board with the. Let's see the leader. As you see, there's Matt, and 3.5 seconds back is Smokey, like that. Let's have a look, see what it looks like from Smokey's position. There we go, and come around the corner. We'll see Matt in the distance. Just as he rises up the hill, that's it. Comfortable 2nd place. It's one of those gaps down, isn't it, where you can see the man in front. But 4 seconds or 3.5 seconds is quite a lot.
A little lift there from Smokey. You see the Mercedes just a little bit unsettled through the Schumacher S's, and Just a little bit of a confidence lift by the sounds of things, and yeah, he's just out of arm's reach, isn't he? You can see Matt just ahead, but he can't see the gap either improving or getting further away. It's one of those awkward cameras as Emperava still trying to catch onto the back of Dean and Smithy. He is doing so at quite a bit of speed now. He's in the 59s, where the two ahead are in the 201s and 202s. As Smithy makes a mistake, that gives Dean to go around the outside, and he now moves up in the 4th place position. Can Dean catch Welshie towards the end and get that podium position? That is the question. As Smithy now drops to P5, he will then have Emperava right behind him. Now, what does Emperava do? He's catching onto the back of Matt's teammate. Emperava being a lone soldier this season, and he's going to be struggling to get past that car. Does he opt to pit and try and jump him? If it was me, I wouldn't want to spend any time behind that Acura.
No, it's a nightmare place to be, is behind an Acura, but it's a position that Emperava knows really well, because he spent many laps following the back of an Acura. Not this one.
57.8 from Emperava. He is flying here in race 2. He's finally got those issues addressed and is now on his way to try and catch Smithy. He's what? I think that's 5 seconds a lap faster than Smithy that last lap.
Yes, indeed. In the chat, we've got Fury's granddad. Hello, Tony. And I don't know, I've said hello to you this evening. He said made in Fleetwood. Dan, I don't know what that means. What's made in Fleetwood?
I have no
Any
idea.
ideas?
Probably.
Fisherman's Friends?
Probably that, I think.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
They're a cough sweet. Just in case anyone didn't. They're disgusting as well. They are absolutely vile. There's nothing violent than sucking a fisherman's friend.
Emperava gets a decent run.
Through. Yes, he does. He gets a moment. Smithy has a bit of a moment. Emperava does not need a second invite. Bang, and he's through. So Dean's next up the road. Let's see what Emperava can do about that, as Dean is chasing down Welshie for that 3rd position. So it's podiums which are the prize for these guys. Any one of these 3.
Yeah, definitely. So Emperava wanting to keep his championship hunt all the way to the end to Spa. He needs to finish 2nd. He needs to catch Smokey. He's got the fastest lap by the looks of things with a 57.8. I don't think anyone's got near that. But can Emperava take this fight to Spa? Matt has actually lost a little bit of time to Smokey that last lap. He did a 59.1. What does he do this lap as he crosses the line? A 59.0. So Smokey a little bit quicker at this stage. He crossed the line 59.4. So actually Smokey lost a little bit of time there. But Welshie and Dean looking rather slow at this minute, and Emperava is getting closer and closer. And Fury's granddad says correct.
Correct. That's where Fisherman Friends are made, in Fleetwood, apparently.
Never been there.
No, me neither. And, you know, every day's a school day, because I didn't know that.
Every day is a school day. And if anyone knows anything, if anyone wants to take us to a teaching lesson, it's probably Fury's granddad. He's been around long enough now to give us all a teaching lesson.
What's that mean?
He's
an experienced
young,
gentleman.
He is a very experienced gentleman. Young at heart, he is. Very young at heart.
Hopefully, well recovered, Dan.
We should see him hopefully on the grid.
What do you think, Tony? Do you think he just dug himself out of the hole, or got in deeper?
Definitely not. I just got in deeper, I swear.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So Emperava has now caught to the back of Dean, within 9/10 of a second behind him. Also correct Kelly as he puts the throw up emoji. He agrees that it tastes horrible.
Yeah, they are disgusting. They are, but they work. Usually the best medicines are the ones that taste terrible, aren't they? If they taste nice, they're usually not that good. That's my rule of thumb when it comes to medicine. So if it tastes awful, then it usually works.
Usually.
So yeah, so Brussels sprouts for everything, because they taste awful.
As Emperava now has caught onto the back of Dean into the Schumacher S's. Dean just looks a little bit unsettled through there as Emperava is right on the back. Dean makes his one move. Emperava left, right, can't find no way through as Dean breaks for the corner. This will test Dean now. A lot of pressure from the Audi as he's trying and find a way through and clear him as quick as he can. Emperava goes a little bit deep.
Yeah, he lost the traction there. It's going deep. Did he make a mistake, or was he in the dirt? Yeah, Dean's keen on that curb, isn't he? That's you don't really want to be up on that curb. It's usually a bit of a nightmare being up there. But Dean's car, obviously, riding the curb's just fine. And again, Emperava a little bit. He's coming into pit. So look, we're going to stay on board because we're going to do this. Look, the pit lane, the limiter point is there, and then you have to roll all the way down here.
and this is why it's such a long pit lane. Emperor into the pits on lap 7. Can he now get some clear air and try and catch the leaders? Behind him is Stelsloff, who looks like he's had a moment at the chicane as he comes through the pits. Smoky Devil still within reach of Matt, so if Matt makes one mistake, Smoky could still take a race win here and into the pits.
Yeah,
How
it's a
quick
really
is
bumpy
this?
pit lane, this one. Not that it makes any difference. You're only doing 37 miles an hour. Quick stop. Good stop, that one.
That was a decent
as we-
stop from En, as he will come out ahead of Ugbar and Bryn. So just behind Stelsloff, but he has got relatively clean air. When does Stelsloff? And Fury's going there said, nice shovel, Dan. Thanks, man. That's a gold-plated shovel. Had it especially made just for you.
I'm going to hand him a ladder so he can get out in a minute.
I think I'm going to need more than a ladder. I think I'm stuck in
Yeah.
a Cornish mine here. And so Emperor exits the pits in 7th place position, 48 behind the leaders, as Smokey once again doing a fantastic job in 2nd place position. Guys, get your votes in for driver of the day as we come towards the later end of this session, and Dean is still within reach as Welshie in 3rd place position. Dean, can he get a podium? That is the question.
Yeah, has Dean been on the podium this year?
He has been on the
hasn't
podium.
he? Yep.
Both of
Can
these
you remember
guys
where?
have. I can't remember where, but I can tell you where once I find it.
Could you, please?
Oh, sure, why not? Dean
And
Wasocki
while you're
has.
looking at that, Matt's in the pits and Smokey's in the pits.
So Dean Wasocki has had 2 podiums this season already, 2 third places. Who was in the pits? Matt and Smokey, both into the pits.
Yeah.
Can Smokey hold up Matt a little bit in the pits? That's the question. Dean had a 3rd place in race 1 at
That's
Texas
quick.
Road Course,
Yeah.
and then a 3rd place at Alton Park race 2.
Right, there you go. Welshie's had a couple of podiums as well this year, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. He's had 2 himself. He has had one at Ruapuna Park, race 1, and he also had one in race 1 at Alton Park as well, as Smithy just lost it to Welshie and nearly lost it to Nicky, and as Nicky ran out of fuel. So these two are battling it out for the third podium of the season between these two. Who is going to get it? That is the question. Dean really putting Welshie under pressure here as Matt exits the pitch in front of Smithy, Smokey in front of Stelsloff, and they're well ahead of Emplava.
Yes, indeed. And so if Matt wins this, where do we realistically see Emplava getting to? 4th?
Third,
Maybe
I would
third?
say. I would say
Third?
third.
You think he could do it?
I reckon so. I'm just going to try and find out the points, and I think the man who's going to decide this championship is the man in 5th place position at this stage, is Smoky Devil. If he finishes ahead of Emplava for 2nd place, Matt would win the title. I have to double check the points, but I'm pretty sure all Matt needs is a car between him and N towards the end.
Right, well, he could well get his championship right here tied up and sorted out before the end of, in about 8 laps' time, really. So let's see how that pans out. How far up can Emplava get? Can he put it on the podium? These two also want the podium. As Dan said, their 3rd podium, either of them, for this year. Welshie, Dean's so much better on the brakes. He seems to be like just epic on the brakes, but then seems to lose out in other places on the track. But these guys want that position as well. And Emplava is now coming up behind Stelsloff for about the 19th time of the evening. And there he's through. You see Stelsloff and Emplava pulling away. Has he got a different gearbox in that to everybody else? Look at it. He just pulled away from Stealth.
He is the only Audi on track, so probably has a different type of engine in the back of that. But this is how it stands, Kelly. 6 points separate the top 2 as Stelsloff comes into the pits. 6 points separating. At this rate, I believe that Emplava would take the fastest lap. That would bring it back to 5 points. So, even if Matt wins this race and Emplava goes in 2nd, he would have the exact amount of points to try and outscore Matt towards Spa. So it would still be on.
So what are you saying? That he's got to come 2nd and have the
To
fastest lap?
to at least take it to Spa.
Oh, that
Dean!
was late on the brakes there, Dean. Used the back end of Welshie to slow himself down, and Welshie flashing his lights. Flashback from Dean. That was a day late and $1 short, that one.
So,
I've just pulled the plug out me controller. Hang on.
Nicely done there, as Dean is really racing. The problem that Matt has here is these two are racing one another, and he's catching them really quickly, and they won't be care about what Matt's doing. They'll want to care about their final podium positions here. This is a tough fight between Dean and Welshie, the next person to take 3rd podiums this season, and both of them are on 2. So this is big stuff for these two, and both in a championship fight. Both their drivers still banging out at the back with Bryn and Stel Sloth. So these are important points for these guys, and Matt's just caught them up. So 3rd place, M. Plava would get 15 points, while Matt would score 25. Matt obviously would lose a point to M. Plava for fastest lap. That would be 9 points that Matt outscores him by and would be champion. So Matt really needs a car between him and M. Plava to take the title.
Yes, indeed. That would be the ideal, but let's see if Matt makes short work of these two. I think there was a bit of a coming together with Dean and Matt last week at Laguna Seca.
Yep, Dean having a bad round at Laguna Seca, dropped it on his own, and Matt skimmed and hit the side of Dean. Dean really not making it easy for Matt here. Matt goes on the outside, and he looks like he will get the job.
Right?
This is for position, but he is a pit stop behind, so Dean not really fighting him. He's probably going to use Matt now to catch Welshie and try and catch him off guard.
That's what I would do. Oh, Dean, hold on to it. That's what I would do, isn't it, you, Dan? I would tuck in behind Matt now and use Matt to catch Welshie and try and put himself in a different position.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing. Smokey doesn't seem to be having the best lap. He's just lost a bit of time to Smithy. Smithy sticking to the back of him, and at this rate, M. Plava would catch Smithy, and once again, he has a Cora in his way. So what can M. Plava do about Smithy? That's the question, as Matt now catches onto the back of Welshie. Is Welshie going to make Matt's life easy, or is he going to make him work for it? That's the question.
Yeah, good question. We'll soon find out in just a few moments as they catch each other up, or as he catches him up. So yeah, Smokey having a bit of a, I know his lap time was 2:01, so he's kind of in the zone, but he seems to have Smithy's just passed Welshie. Welshie's go. Oh no, sorry, Smokey's had a spin, Dan. That's what it is.
Smokey has had a spin, and that's allowed M. Plava through.
Yeah, and Dean and Welshie into the pit, so Matt goes on, and where's this going to leave M. Plava? I think he's going to be in that magic position, you know.
He might just be able to take it to Spa. He's got to try and pass Smithy, though. Smithy's still yet to pit. Is he going to go to the end and hold M. Plava up as much as he possibly can? Both Dean and Welshie into the pits. Smokey with a little bit of a spin has allowed M. Plava through. Welshie is underway. Smithy is coming as well. So that's freed M. Plava. Everyone's pitted. And M. Plava now is in a net 2nd place. Is he going to jump Welshie? Welshie's off the pit limiter. Go to turn 1. M. Plava's in 2nd place.
Done it. He's done it. He's done it. What a recovery drive from M. Plava.
M. Plava at this rate, if he's got fastest lap, will take the championship fight to Spa. It'll be unrealistic, because he will be 52 points behind. Well, 54, I think 54 points behind Matt. So, will he though? 52, I think he might just sneak it. I think. Smithy into the pits, and these lot all banging it out for the final 3rd place position. Welshie hanging in there. Smokey losing that 2nd place to M. Plava, and now 3rd to Welshie. This is going to be a great fight to the end as Smokey goes wide.
Stay in there, Smokey. We've got a fight on our hands for the excuse me, for the last podium position, and this, of course, is helping all. These three are all in the zone of being promoted up to pro, so they all need the points here if they're going to keep it alive. I don't know what the exact points are to be able to quote them, but Smokey under pressure from Dean, and Smokey not having the same sort of race, is he?
No, he's not, and at this rate, Smokey is losing points to Welshie, and Welshie is still within reach of that promotion. So can he get past him? That is the question. I'm just trying to figure out the points here. So I do
While
that.
Dan does mathematics, he can't multitask and do mathematics and talk at the same time. And but yeah.
So, as it stands, if it finishes as it is, we would go to Spa, and Emplava would be 53 points behind, while there's 54 points still yet to have in Spa. So Matt would just have to outscore him by 1 point. I've just put it in, and that's what I'm looking at right now.
So 54 points is what he needs, and he's 53 behind. So that would have to be both race wins.
Yes.
Fastest lap and pole position.
Both race wins, pole positions, and fastest laps for each race as well. So
he can't do it then.
He can't, and Matt just has to turn up. So at this rate, Matt is looking like he's going to be Pro-Am champion.
I was going to say, because you can't do both pole positions.
He would have to.
Wins, can you?
He would, yeah. But we've had a car off. Who is that off? That's Emplava! He's in the wall!
Oh no, he's dropped it, and he's dropping down the order at a rate of knots. Where is he? The cameraman hasn't picked him up.
He's just, there he is, and he'll need to pit because he's got damage. He's got light damage, so he'll have to pit as well. Emplava looks like he's thrown this championship away.
He has, and all Dan's great mathematics has all gone to waste. I hope he understands that, because it looks like he's just thrown the championship away. Commentator's curse is a real thing, and it looks like it's happened again, because Emplava, man who doesn't make many mistakes, to be honest, it looks like he's done for this championship.
He's made a big mistake. Quickly. He is not, and he will have to pit. He looks like he's got big damage to the front of that. Emplava, what a man he's been this season, and he's just creeping himself home. Matt, it looks like he has got this championship in the bag now. Unless Matt makes a mistake, anything can still happen. 14 laps, it looks like, looks unlikely though, but Welshie now has extended his gap to Smokey. So Dean is just on the brink of that podium position. Looks like Smokey's got damage to the front end of that car, so that's why he's struggling.
Yep.
And Emplava into the pits. Oh no, Emplava's championship has come to an end. Such a shame for him.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as I said, no more chat. We were going to talk those points through a bit more, but yeah, it's looking like the championship's over. But he will go up to Pro, and he'll have an opportunity to race in the Pro division. And as Dean must have had a mistake, Dan, because he's dropped off the back of Smokey.
He has
some
by
5 seconds or more.
Yeah, he looks like he's had a spin or something. So Dean has dropped down. So Emplava into the pits to repair his car. He's dropping down the order. Looks like he's going to finish down in last place position. Not what he wanted, as he comments in the chat saying, "Oh God damn it," with the angry emoji. He knows what's happened.
That's an understatement, I feel. An absolute understatement. Yep, that's if it's any consolation, N, I know your pain. I feel your pain of being runner-up.
It is a shame. Can he finish the season though on a high and stop Matt from beating the Pro-Am record at Spa-Francorchamps?
Well, he's done that already.
Well, Matt can match it.
Yep.
Even if he takes this win, he needs to take 2 wins at Spa to match Fury's record in the Acura, and Emplava can still take that away from him. Matt has been desperate to take that record, and he can still take it away. He took the win here in the first race, and it looks like he could possibly go to Spa and take another one away from Matt. But Matt will have the championship in the bag, the constructors in the bag, so he can go flat out at Spa. And what a devastating end to the championship. Emplava, one little mistake in the wall, and that has just handed the championship to Matt.
Yes, it's looking that way, isn't it? And but it'll be Matt to go up and Emplava to go up. It'll be who's in the race now for the last promotion position. That will be the talking point as we go
Well,
on to Spa.
They're currently second, third, fourth, and fifth. All these guys, Ukbar, Dean, Smokey, and Welshie, are all in that area of being promoted up into pro. And at this minute, it's this man we're on board with who is in that third magical position to be promoted up into pro. And he would love to take on the challenge of the pros. He said in the interview that he's been waiting to be into the promotion zone for the pros. And at this rate, he looks like he could possibly on his way to doing that. But Welshie as well looks like he'd be able to beat Dean to another podium here. Second place, I think this would be Welshie's best position of the season. So that would be great for Welshie to a bit of boost confidence in that Lamborghini. And MC Motorsport will outscore Audi Sport as well, so they will be starting to catch up to him.
Yes, indeed so. So we move into the last couple of laps of this race, and yeah, tune in tomorrow night, of course, for the pros go onto track, and we'll have some other great racing, and from Dan, from Andy, from Fury, and all the other usual suspects. Just
to rub salt into the wound, I think Matt has just gone and done the fastest lap of the race as well, with 57.8. So Matt is flying at the minute. So can he steal that extra point away from Emprava? Emprava not even close enough to Sloth at this minute. So not the way that Emprava wanted this season to finish.
Yes, indeed. Smokey's bringing the gap now down to Welshie. He's reeled him in a little bit. So we'll go across the line. We'll see. Did Welshie have a little bit of a mistake? No, just Smokey's faster on that lap. So,
I think Smokey is now starting to get the grips of what damage he has on the front of that car. So hopefully he can just start pressurising Welshie a little bit to the end. Can he stop Welshie from getting his best result here this season? In second place at the minute at the Nürburgring, considering race 1 didn't go his way. As guys, get your votes in for driver of the day, as Matt is looking like he is on his way to take the Pro-Am Championship, also partnered with the Constructors Championship as well. But we've still got this fight on track, as Matt is miles ahead, 36 seconds ahead of the next car of Welshie.
Yes, indeed, as Matt comes down the hill and rises back up to the last chicane, and then he'll be on his way to his final lap. But the final positions aren't done yet.
And Prava's back in again. What's happened to him?
Yeah, we don't know what's happened to him. Maybe he's had another mistake. Maybe he was going for fastest lap. I don't know. Maybe he likes the pit crew.
Who knows, but there's his championship rival lapping him. Anything that could go wrong has gone wrong for Emprava in race 2, as Brin's had a moment. What's happened to Brin, as he's got no lights on the front of that car?
Yeah, he's had a moment and had some damage. Smithy's got past him, and Stealth was looking interested in a minute. Smokey can't quite bring that gap down any much further than 1 second. Where's Matt on track now? He's still in the first sector, isn't he? Just coming out the Mickey Mouse section and heading on his way to the win of this race and the win of the championship. Let's go back on with Smokey. He still can't bring that gap down much more. Welshie seems to have him under control at about 1 second as they come across the line to start their last lap. Dean has brought the gap down, Dan. He's been... look, he's in the 2 minutes. He's been bringing that down.
I think he's running out of time, though, Kelly. He's running out of time.
Yeah, but he's brought it down quite significantly. So Dean had some cracking laps over the last few, and brought that gap down for sure. Where's Matt 2 on track now? He's coming down.
He's coming into the final few corners. He's just been through the Schumacher S's down towards the quick right-hander. Matt has done everything he could possibly do in race 2. He is on his way. Indy Acura, Matahimovic is about to seal the deal here at the Nürburgring. 2 races yet to go, and Matt is coming through the chicane. He is coming home to finish on the top step and also to win the Pro-Am Championship. He exits the final corner. Will we get a flash of lights from Matt? He flashes the lights, Matimovic is your Pro-Am champion here for Season 5 here at Simplay Motorsport. Congratulations to Matt for the win and the title. Now we go back to the fight of Welshie, Smokey and Dean. These guys have all... Dean's dropped it. He's dropped to 4th place position. He's thrown a podium away. Welshie... Oh, sorry, no, Dean wasn't already there. Sorry to Dean.
That's right.
I got a little bit
It's
excited
okay,
there.
Dan, you're not feeling well. You're not feeling well at all. We'll let you
No.
off that. I'm thinking, what is he talking about? It's Welshie still in 2nd place. Smokey is brought back the gap, but I think it's just too late now, Dan, unless Welshie makes a mistake, which I don't think he's going to in the last couple of corners. Smokey's had a valiant attempt to bring it back down, but I think he'll be happy with a 3rd place. Dean has made huge progress, but not enough to put it on the podium. It's going to be Welshie across the line to take 2nd place, the best result of the season. Smokey's going to take 3rd. Dean does come over the line in 4th place, and Ugbar not that far behind him as well, actually, and comes over the line in 5th. We go back quite a way then to Smithy, who's in 6th place at the moment.
Stelsloff bringing in that 7th place, 8th place as well for Bryn. But the man you've got to feel sorry for is Enplava. His championship fight has come to an end. He can't win the title now. So, such a shame for En. What a season he's had, though, against Matt. Guys, get your vote for driver of the day, as En has now left the session. And get your votes in. Kelly, let's get your vote of driver of the day.
Smokey. Good, solid performance.
Yeah, honourable mention to Matt for obviously taking the win of the championship, but I'm have to go Smokey as well. Brilliant stuff from Smokey. He has really been on form tonight, 2 3rd place. A mention to Dean as well, 2 solid 4th places to him, and yeah, and also Welshie. Congratulations on the 2nd place, best result for him of the season. Yep. Matt in the chat says Dean for driver of the day. Dean says well done everyone. Peaceful says well done Matt, Welshie and Smokey. As PM Motorsport says get in there Matt, championi, as Matt takes the fastest lap of the race and also the race win that would give him the title here at Simplay Motorsport. He is your Pro-Am champion for Season 5 for Swing Style Motorsport in Yakura, so congratulations to him. 2nd place is Welshie, his best result of the season so far. And 3rd place is Smokey Devil, another solid 3rd place that will give him a better chance of staying in the promotion zone. 4th place is Dean, 5th is Ukbar, 6th is Smithy, 7th is Stelsloff. 8th is Bryn. If Smokey can hear us, can he just jump into the party? And I will now invite Welshie into the chat. Welshie saying Smokey for driver of the day. By the looks of things, it's going the way of Smokey Devil as driver of the day. But like I said, honourable mention to Matt for taking the title, and Dean as well with a solid drive. Dean, oh, it's looking like it's evening up now. I think it's between Smokey and Dean. As we do get Smokey into the chat, and congratulations on another 3rd place, mate. You're really starting to secure that position of promotion into the pro, and Nürburgring's been good to you this week, hasn't it?
Aye, it's been a no bad week of racing so far anyway. Aye, it's just number 3 seems to be where I always seem to land. Can't seem to get any higher on 3rd this season, so. But aye, it's a good night's racing. Had a pit stop and made a mistake after I came out the pits, and that was me. I had a bit of damage, so.
How much damage? Sorry, mate. How much damage were you carrying?
5 on my suspension and 7 on my aero.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. So how's the Merc? What's the Merc like with a bit of damage? Does it carry it well, or was that hindering you all evening?
I'd set it up so that I could ride the curbs, but because I had that 5 suspension damage, I had to watch what I was doing in the right hand side. So as soon as it came up to like this chicane, the second last chicane, I had to watch what I was doing there, because if I hit any of the curbs with the right hand wheel, that was me, it was going round.
Yes, indeed. Well, a stellar effort to bring it back to 3rd, and game on for the promotion. Dan?
Alright.
Yeah, you're currently in 3rd place in the championship. You are still 26 points ahead of Welshie. He can still catch you for the promotion zone. Yeah, you go to Spa What is the plan for Spa? Do you like it? And can you keep hold of that third place, the best of the rest?
Aye, that's the aim of the game. Keep a hold of third place. Spa's a good circuit, especially for the Mercedes. Do you know what I mean? It's a power track, all that. So BMs are good around it as well. So wait and see what happens.
Well, congratulations nonetheless on the third place, and I believe you got joint driver of the day with Dean. I'm just trying to figure out. I think you did get joint driver of the day, so congratulations on that.
Yours.
And we will see you in a week's time in Spa.
Alright, I'll see you all there.
Yeah, congratulations.
As we now go to the Scottish shove it himself, the Welshie windmill himself, taking a second place, his best result of the season. Welshie, you've got to be happy with that.
Yes, baby. So that was nerve-wracking, that one. I would just like to say a big well done to Matt for the championship, and that was a great race with Smokey at the end there. Got me sweating like mad. But this one is dedicated to Smithy for always pushing me. So yeah.
So tell me, Welshie, is it a consolation getting yourself a strong second place this evening after you threw it all away with a Welshie windmill in the endurance on Saturday?
Oh, God, yeah, definitely.
Right. So you take this, would you? Take it over the third place that you gave away, quite nicely gave away, I must admit, on Saturday. Yeah.
You had to bring that up, definitely.
Yeah,
mate.
Sorry about that. Yeah. I have to take me moments when I can get them, you know.
I had my moments in race one as well. I had two windmills as well. So, but like I say, second race there. Oh God, that was hard. I've been struggling all night with understeer. The car just had. It was just not turning into the corners where I wanted to go. So Dean, all over the back is, you know, he's late braking made me a bit nervous, but quick. And when I seen Smokey come out the pit as well, and them two, I just thought, I hope for the love of God they two have a coming to as such, because I know the Merc and the BMW is quick in the straight. So so it was holding on tight as hell to that steering wheel. So just trying to keep it all the way to the end.
Good result indeed, Daniel.
Welshie, you're currently level 1 points with Ben Parky in a minute. Both of you on 242 points, 4th and 5th place. Looks like you're going to get that 4th place. You're 26 behind your fellow Scotsman, Smokey Deadwood. Can you catch him towards the end of the season? And also, you're only 26 behind Audi Sport in the Constructors as well. Can you and Stealthy catch Emplava and take that 2nd place in the teams?
Smokey, you know, he's Spa's coming up. It is going to be a good track for the Mercedes, so we'll just have to see what happens. Hopefully he'll take the low road and I'll take the high road, and we'll see where we meet at the end. But yeah, regards to MC Motorsport, massive. Like I say, I wouldn't like to say take off Emplava. He's done fantastic to hold that position on his own, but like I say, we'll give it our best shot as much as we can.
Well, we should have a classic Scottish fight out for the final position of the top 3 positions. So congratulations tonight on your best result of 2nd place here at the Nürburgring.
Thank you, gents.
And we now move on to the man of the moment, your Pro-Am Season 5 champion, Matt Ahimovic. How does that feel, mate?
It's not quite sunk in yet. That's a big one. That is a big one, honestly. That's massive.
Constructors champion and drivers champion of season 5 here at Simplay Motorsport. Your league, and you've taken the 2 biggest prizes in Pro-Am. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, cheers, boys. Honestly, I don't really know what to say at the minute. I just want to have a massive shout out to Emplava because he's pushed me hard all season, and without him, this season wouldn't have been what it was. And that's, you know, it's a shame it had to go down the way it went on at the end. I'm not sure what quite happened. I think he had a few spins, Smithy said, but the fight all season's been mega.
Excellent, Matt. You said you said you always had faith in this car, and you know, it's well documented that I'm not a Honda fan. And you said you could take it to a championship. That you've done. It's been by far the best grass cutter on the track. And my question is, you know, a real enthusiast, a real believer in the brand would take this car on to pro. What do you think?
No.
I thought you
No,
might
look,
say that.
Do you know if we had a season of tracks which would have suited it, I'd have said yes. But a lot of the tracks next season are quite powerful circuits, and you're going up against Dan and Gary, two-time champions, and then you've got to throw everybody else in the mix like Fury and Andy. I'd love to say the Acura could do the job, but I'm handicapped in the Acura sort of thing. I think it could. I think in Dan's hand it could easily do it, but you chuck in a couple of bad nights with my back and my leg, you're then struggling to get that towards the end of the race in a good position. So I think Sweet and Sour are going to retire them cars and put them in the Silverstone Museum. We're going to replace the Jason Plato Laguna and put them in.
Absolutely, and congratulations on a fantastic season. You did it. You took the Honda, the Acura, to the top of the championship. Give it plenty of wins as well. I mean, it's not over. We've still got time for some more wins in this season, but made a cracking job of it, and congratulations.
Cheers.
Speaking of race wins, Matt, you have lost the opportunity to beat Fury's record in Pro-Am with most wins in a season. The only thing you can do now is match it, and Emplava says in the chat he is going to try his very best to stop you from doing that. You go to Spa. It seems like the Audi should have the advantage with more top speed, but I'm pretty sure you're going to take it to him right to the end, surely.
You know as well as me, Dan, you look at Andy in the Ginetta the other season. We all thought that you and Biggs would have creamed past him in that Ginetta the other season, and Andy held his nerve and held his bottle. Yes, you gained sectors 1 and 3, but that middle sector was crucial for Andy to win in that Ginetta. So this Acura is capable of doing the same thing. The fight's going to be on for me and Emplava. I'm not going to just sit there and say title's done. You know, he can have his wins. Let's finish the season as we've started it and as we've done this season throughout, you know. He's been mega this year, and he deserves as many plaudits as I get for this season because he's been fantastic. And in his first season here at Simplay, to take 4 wins, they all came late, but he's deserved every bit of credit he's got. And look, you know me, Dan, from personal and stuff like that. You know the way I've gone this year, I've worn my heart on my sleeve. I've been emotional with appeals. I've been emotional with steward inquiries and race results and that, but at the end of the day, when you look at it in hindsight, Emplava deserves as much plaudits as myself because he's been fantastic. And look, it's a shame it had to end the way it did tonight, and we couldn't take it Spa. But my God, am I glad that's done.
Well, I'm sure Emplava will give you a headache in Pro, no doubt.
100%, and I really look forward to that as well, Kelly.
Yep.
So your championship has come to an end here at Simplay Motorsport. It is Matt Imovic who is your champion in the Pro-Am. But at this stage, both him and Emplava will be promoted up into the Pro. It's all about who is going to get that final promotion spot. Is it going to be Smokey? Is it going to be Welshie? Or could it be Ukbar and Dean? They're still in it as well. Make sure you tune in for Spa to see that. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night as Matt will be in your commentary box with Jamie Brazy for the penultimate round of the Pro Championship. If you think this championship was tight between these two, it's even closer in the Pro between myself, Andy, and Fury is still mathematically in this fight as well. So tune in for that. Can Slingshot Motorsport stop Shaker Bake from taking a 3rd Constructors Champion as well? Make sure you tune in to see that, and also make sure you tune in for the F1 on Sunday night. Kelly, any last words from yourself for Nürburgring?
Yeah, another interesting podium. No Englishman on the podium again in either race. So Scott and Welsh on this one, even though Emplava wasn't able to get on the podium. Tomorrow night, it's the night that Fury's allowed to stay up late. Can he take it to the to the boys and give them a hard time? And I'd love to be watching it, but I'll be watching it probably from the back of the grid. And but then I've had some good practice. Can I upset everybody and beat Lando Norris to a McLaren win? The way Lando went on last Sunday, it's still possible. All these questions will be answered, many more. Somebody laughed in the background. Yeah, I know it sounds impossible. But tune in tomorrow night. I'll certainly be there. Dan will be there. Matt will be there. We look forward to seeing you there as well.
And for the last time here tonight, I have to say it, Matt Imovic is your Pro-Am Season 5 champion. Congratulations to him.
Champagne.
Sweet and Sour Motorsport also your Constructors champion with Matt Imovic and Smithy. So massive congratulations to them. Tune in tomorrow night. We'll be live from 8 PM. But that is it from the pros. It's a good night from myself and Kelly. Good night.
Good night.
And a good night to my stream. We've finally done it. We've got over the line. We've had that hard work all come to an end. And massive shout out to Emplava once again for the season that he's provided. For you guys, for your guys' entertainment on my personal stream on Twitch, it's been a season to remember. Let's hope it ends the same at Spa and bring on season 6. I'm already looking forward to it. Guys from the Gaming Welshman 5, I'll see you on Friday at 10 AM live with Football Manager. More of the Wrexham project coming your way. We'll catch you then. Good night.
Congratulations, Matthew.
Mate, honestly, my heart goes out to you.
Jeez.
I didn't want it to end in that way, buddy, but cheers for this season, bud. You've been mega. You've been mega, mate, honestly. I know there's been ups and downs. I know there's been, incidents going and inquiries going and stuff. No hard feelings, So it's all for a championship, and at the end of the day, mate, you've been fantastic all season, but I couldn't have done this one without you.
Yeah,
because we're all too slow.
You know what you got to do now, don't you?
Beat him in pro.
I was just about to say, you need to win the Pro Championship just to rub it in his face. Here you go, yeah, you can have the Pro-Am, I'll take the Pro.
Hey, you say that, but that means he's got to beat you as well. You forget that one.
If I go in the car that I think I'm going, it should be easy for him.
My question is, Andy, what car are you driving next season? Is he sticking with Audi?
I don't know. I will have to find a teammate and then I will have to talk with him or she, I don't know.
Yes,
quick
quite.
and good in the summer.
Hey, Dean, you and Smokey was having a right little scrap there in that race.
Oh, I'm telling you we did. I'm fucking sweating.
I was waiting
for you. I was about half a second behind you.
Yep.
I was
until my pit stop, and then I fucked it.
I was waiting for the Welshie windmill and the Wasaki whirly woo, and it never came.
No. Because when I come past the pit and seen a jump chase Smokey, I was like, what the fuck, how have I managed to jump Smokey? And then when I come round the corner and seen Emplava sitting on the wall, I'm like, I'm sickened. What the hell's going on? And then I knew you and Dean were coming, and I knew you was a straight line speed, and my car was just not turning.
So what we got now? We got the Welshie windmill, the Dean drop it,
the Wasaki whirly woo.
The Wasaki whirly woo. I prefer the Dean
that's
drop
what Smithy said earlier. The Dean drop it, that's fine.
The Dean drop it.
Wasaki.
I'm trying to think of one for Smokey.
Smoky Devil damage.
Smoky Spiral.
Smoky Spiral. There we go.
There you go.
I'm gonna make it the big thing for the final round. The Scottish independent fight. Who's going to be the top Scot? Welshie or Smokey?
Is that how we're promoting next week?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Championship's done between the Scots.
Yeah. Matt and then you're not allowed to race Scott. It's just a Scottish fight.
We won't qualify. We'll start at the back of the pack and let them two try and have a win.
It's the race of the clans, isn't it? The race of the clans.
That's it. Right.
Yeah. You'll have to put your tartans up, boy. Which ones? Who's got which tartan?
Kilts will be on and the fucking bagpipes will be playing in the background, pal.
Oh god.
Fucking god.
You watch now.
Pants on, won't you?
You fucking watch now. Race 1 will be a Scottish 1-2. Not sure which way, but it'll probably be a Scottish 1-2. Any other driver will come up the pair of them. They won't be racing. They won't be racing each other. They'll be making sure that everyone else doesn't finish. So it's just those two on the podium. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, mate.
I'm deaf now.
I'll get that playing for the Smokey at the start before we start.
I don't know if you guys heard it last week. I brought out every Scottish stereotype that I could think of. And, I don't know if you listened to it back or heard it or whatever.
Yeah.
Disco messaged me on Friday morning and said, "My God," he said, "if you didn't, if you just about left out the Proclaimers and we Jimmy Cranky," he said. "Other than that," he said, "I thought you were borderline racist." Do you know what I mean? He said, "I thought you were coming to invade. You came out with so many Scottish stereotypes."
There's that many, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to remember them all for next week now.
Me? You'll just have to remember.
We'll have to drink Iron Brew and eat haggis that night, you know?
I mean, I can do the Iron Brew bit, but I'm not eating haggis.
Oh my god.
I'll definitely have my skirt on and no pants on. I'll definitely have that ready.
Well, that's just your normal Friday night look, isn't it?
That is true.
You can't beat it, mate.
I saw Welshie and Smokey doing it, and I thought that actually looks sick, and it doesn't look good on a Cornishman. It looks good on a Scottishman, but not on a Cornishman.
You can have a Cornish. You can have a Cornish tartan, Dan. You know,
yeah,
it's Cornish
the problem is we're too short Cornish, so it just doesn't look right. So
no, that's typical Cornish.
Make yourself a kilt out of Ginster's pasty wrappers.
Does it look like a fucking miniskirt on you?
If I win the title, I might wear half a skirt. One side is Scottish, the other side's Welsh.
There you go then, sort of.
With a bit of Ginsters in the middle.
Yeah, with my willy hanging out.
Yeah.
Fuck, I need to go to bed. My head is fucked.
Yeah, that's just all the talk of sucking a fisherman's friend.
Oh, fucking don't. Fucking don't. I fucking nearly cracked up with the Andy poles, man. Fucking hell.
Hey, what?
Oh,
you'll have to watch it back.
Fucking don't.
Yeah.
We were talking about... Andy has had the most pole positions this season. Emperava is then the next, closest, I think.
Yeah.
And Matt was like, he's pretty good with the pole. Caddy goes, he's pretty good on those poles, isn't he? And we was just like,
he's good. He's good on a pole, is what I said, or something like that.
And that was it. He fucking cracked up at that point. I couldn't concentrate because Fury's granddad was fucking laughing in the chat. I was fucking cracked up at that point. And then we ended up having fucking disco playing music in the background while Andy's on the pole, and it was just like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah, and then I said to Dan, he said, I'm really not feeling very well. My cold's really taking effect. I said, you should suck a fisherman's friend. And then that just absolutely got him then. He was
I'll have to watch it back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and
Matt.
Then Tony was... Fury's granddad was commenting about fishermen's friends in the
I was
chat,
seeing the comments pop up, but obviously I'm missing the context of it. So I can see on my PC screen to the left-hand side of my PlayStation monitor. I'm like,
he's going on about they're made in Fleetwood and they taste disgusting.
Well, I saw them made in Fleetwood and the laughing emoji, and I'm like, what the fuck's made in Fleetwood? And obviously without the contents, because I don't listen to the stream in the background, I didn't understand it.
Yeah, well, it'll all make sense when you listen to it back.
I'll watch it tomorrow. Right, I'm going to jump in out of the party and just say bye to Tamlock, because I'm off. Go watch some telly with Beth.
I'm off anyway.
Honestly, mate, thanks for this season, bud. You've made it hard.
Yeah, it was nice fighting this.
And cheers, Chris and Smokey, I suppose, as well.
We're here, pal.
Well done, Chris. Cheers for the battle, Chris.
Yeah, I was right up your ass, mate. I just had to push you to that end.
Yeah. I'll let you lap me a few times on Saturday, but no more service resumed till then.
That's it, yeah. There we go.
Right, take it easy, lads.
Hey, guys, take it easy.
Cheers. Right, I'm out of here, guys. All the best. Have a nice weekend.
See you later, bud.
See you on track, Dan, tomorrow night.
Kelly.
You're for tomorrow.
Kelly.
Yeah.
I'll see you on the podium tomorrow.
I certainly do hope so. Right, see you later. Cheers.
Bye.
At the end of that race, I was so tempted to just quit, but I thought, okay, I will go to the end.
Good man.
What happened to you? You spun?
Yeah, I don't know what happened from the first race, but the rear tires were just so slippery. I don't know why, but yeah.
Good man, though, for finishing. I was a little bit annoyed with Matt in race 1, personally, but nah, you look like the bigger man, and well done, mate, for this season. You've been epic, and I look forward to going wheel to wheel with you in the pro. I've still got to decide what car I want.
In the first race, I once almost overtook Matt, but then he just put his front bumper in my door and pushed me a bit wide. I was a bit surprised by that.
My only suggestion for both of you boys is when you come into pro, it's a completely different ball game. You've seen Kelly be in the top 2 in Pro-Am and be fighting for the championship. He's come into pro and he's at the bottom end. I highly recommend sticking to something that you know and you're comfortable in instead of trying something new. Just purely the fact that you will know the car will work, you know it will be quick. I've done it this
See the
season in the
Mercs.
McLaren.
Mer
And
the
it-
winters, I didn't like. Do you know what I mean? See the weather we've had this season, I didn't like it driving the Merc this season, but
That Mercedes an
the
animal
warmer-
in the summer conditions, and we will
aye,
be racing in the
the
summer.
warmer conditions, it's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? It just sticks like glue.
Yeah. So, if it needs be, maybe speak to Fury if need be to get in the Mercedes, because he's very good in the Mercedes. Hotter conditions, hard tires, probably your way
Aye.
to go. And regarding Audi, and I have no idea who would run it. No idea.
I
So-
mean, if I have a teammate who knows how to set up the car, I can drive anything, hopefully.
Yeah, I got to decide what car I want, either McLaren, Lambo, or Porsche. Probably going to go back to Porsche. Oh, right, boys, I need to go because I feel like death. Right.
Yeah, I will.
Congratulations, though, mate. Congratulations, Smokey. Just hang in there, mate. Looks like you're going to get promoted. So keep it strong, boys, and I will see you either tomorrow or next week. So catch you boys later. Later.